lost power last week, I had the laptop plugged in charging. So I think the internet got zapped on it like it did all the other ones.
Yeah, it shouldn't do that though.
Well,
All right, let's see if YouTube's up and running. YouTube's up and running. KF6EFJ. EFG, John. We got a new gentle person.
A nude guy.
Another new guy. That's cool.
are you doing Mike HXT?
Oh yeah, 2 mics, 2 marks. That's not a good night.
I tell you. We can't hear your audio's not working.
I heard him last night on the CW net. Now you're muted and unmuted. There, you should try that. No? Now I know what I looked like for about 5 minutes there talking to Mark.
He's going to have to do some work on his.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Both mics are doing something. John, are you there? Can you hear us now?
His is muted.
Yeah. Let's see what the YouTube says.
So, Mark, how many people down your way are still without power?
The big machine says 3,600 is what Cleveland County has.
Wow.
I just looked at it earlier today. Let's go see what it says. Oklahoma. Excuse me. Oh, we're in green now. 3,280 in Cleveland County.
Wow.
And then the big number, which is just scary, is 96,400 are still out in Oklahoma County.
Yeah, that's a far cry from what it used to be, though.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I guess it was about 4 o'clock. I looked at the numbers, and Edmond showed 1. Imagine being the only one in Edmond.
Usually, from past experience, usually what that is that guy has a riser problem. So it's not the utility company's problem. It's that guy's home stuff is screwed up. And that's, if you're down to the 1s and 2s and single digits, it's usually the homeowner's stuff is in problem. Because yeah, they would swarm.
Right.
Yeah. They would swarm.
Well, I did lose my tree out front.
Oh, I drug brush all Saturday and Sunday at my mother's. My goodness, I got another day and a half, I think.
You just gonna burn it out there or give it to the city?
I give it to city. I just got a big row out there in the front of her house, and it's bad. It's bad. All right, it says we're live. Good for us.
Yay. Hello, YouTube world.
That's right. That's exactly right. Mike still ignoring us, or is he?
I don't know. Did you fix your audio there, Mike?
No, he's
still hadn't figured out his audio there.
Use your Morse code key, man.
Don't feel too bad. My audio wasn't working real good either until Mark stuck his finger in there and got it working.
Yeah, and mine wasn't either. So it's audio night. John, are you there? KF6EFG N5HZR. Are you?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Hey,
yeah. Well,
good.
I didn't plug my headset in fully, so it didn't didn't start operating.
Man, that's just a bunch of us that way. It's audio night.
Yeah,
I guess so.
It's audio night. John or Mike or Mark and I were waving at each other by ourselves, and then I guess Mike showed up from Michigan and showed us up, and he just made it work the whole time. And then
Oh.
other Mike from South Oklahoma City is just abandoned ship, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out his audio.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Mark, I got a surprise today from Cox.
That's never good.
No, actually, it was.
Oh, it was good. Okay.
They had come out yesterday. I seem to be one of their Gold Star customers. I've been with them for eons.
Okay.
And they came out yesterday and actually sent me a Cox Tech, not a contractor.
That's 1, 2, 3.
There's Mike. I heard his
Yep.
voice.
Yep.
It's a little low, but it's good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're here. Well, I can hear you.
I gotta go get a refill.
Okay. Anyway, the tech come out yesterday and checked out my modem and everything because, like I said, I wasn't getting high like I was supposed to. And he spent 40 minutes here and checked everything out real good. And finally, we ran a 100-foot. Actually, it's not quite 100 foot. It's probably more like 45 feet, not really 100 foot. Ethernet cable direct from the modem to a computer. And I was getting maximum speed just fine. Without that Ethernet cable, I was getting about less than 1/10.
Whoops.
That's what we figured out. It was all those Wi-Fi adapters. Today, Cox called me and they said, you've got our ultimate plan, which is the 300 megabits download, 20 or whatever it is, 30 upload. And I said, yes. And they said, being one of our gold customers or senior customers or whatever you want to put it on there, they offered me the Gigablast at no increase in cost, period.
All right.
So I said, do it. So as of today, I'm now at their highest level that they've got.
Good.
Well, you look better.
Thank you.
You really do. I mean, I said earlier that you look good. It has made a difference. So there's something there that has changed.
Hey, Ken.
Hi there.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh,
Ken.
Ken snuck in. I got
And
two.
he's wearing a headset and microphone that looks similar to mine.
The Yamaha CM500. No, maybe.
Mine's not anywhere near as high tech as yours.
That's a cheap phone. It's a cheap headset. It's like $60, I think.
Okay, Mark. We got somebody that's trying to get in on the Elmer night, but he said his router died and he's on Cox. What do you suggest a router? He said this is his second Netgear Nighthawk that has failed.
Ooh,
Oh, that's Sam, isn't it? Hold on, let's see.
I'm not very big on Netgear.
It's Sam. I like their pro stuff. I don't know anything else.
Yeah, the pro stuff's okay, but I'm not on the regular modems. They're not that good. He's probably going to have to try to do it on. If he's got a tablet, tell him to switch to a tablet. It's got a camera and a microphone on it. I've got a tablet here for a backup in case this didn't work tonight. Or tell him to do a phone like Ken was always doing. He'd done a phone several times.
Yep.
Phone works. Tablet works.
Yeah.
Phone works. Phone works direct. So.
All right.
But the modem, he can try to reset it.
He said the modem is fine, but it's his router. Now, I guess he's got a separate modem and router.
I always hate those. That's why I like my panoramic Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Have him just try to reset the router and see if it'll reconnect again.
He said he's reconnecting. He can reconnect from his phone. Does that mean something to you?
Ask him if his computer's plugged in direct or if it's Wi-Fi like mine. If it's Wi-Fi like mine, he's got the same issue I had.
Yep.
When the power went out, it zapped his Wi-Fi. They're real sensitive is what I found out today.
Yep.
And my power fluctuated. I mean, it flashed on and off 4 or 5 times till it died. And that's what killed all the Wi-Fi's in this house, except the modem. Tell him if he's got an Ethernet cable, tell him to plug it in direct, and it ought to work.
That's for Carl.
Hey, look at that.
Hello, Carl.
That's your relay.
Oh, yeah.
Came in yesterday.
Carl, you got to turn those clocks back an hour.
Just one of them. Just one of them.
Just one. Yeah.
Okay, let me get right on that. There. Oh, how's
Thank
that?
you.
Mark, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Those things
Yeah.
that's plugged into the computers. It zapped every one of them in the house.
He said he's got 2 Nighthawk routers. One, the wireless doesn't seem to work, and the other, the LAN ports don't seem to work.
Oh, ooh.
If I can make a suggestion, just don't use Netgear anymore.
Yeah.
No, Mark, tell him that if he's got an Ethernet cable, plug it direct into the modem and then into the computer.
He should be able to plug the one that has the bad LAN ports into the one that has the good WAN ports, or the good LAN ports, and use the wireless off the one from the other one. Hey, let's try that.
Yeah, you could do that and just create yourself a multiple repeater system.
Yeah.
I had that once before. The problem was sometimes I got an echo. But I have done that in a house, big house, set up a couple of different routers and modems that way to create a repeater system in the house.
Generally, the way I do it is I'll set one channel, one of the devices to one channel, and then the access point that's bridging off it to a different channel.
Yeah.
Usually at the other end of the channel, so the frequencies don't match too much.
That probably helps a lot.
But he's got one that has bad radios. So daisy chain the bad LAN port one into the one with the bad radios. And that should work.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if you can get access to if all the ports aren't bad.
Well, he said it's the LAN ports. Yeah, the WAN port should be good. Maybe the WAN port's not working too, but we'll see what he says.
Well, I could understand why the Wi-Fi's not working in it.
Yeah.
He got zapped.
Ken, does that relay fit on the circuit board?
Gonna be perfect. I haven't got it installed yet, but I've got it all apart and ready.
Okay, good deal.
But it's identical. It's an exact replacement. So it's gonna be good. It'll be good. It'll I've got the couple of the holes. I got to get my solder sucker out and open up the holes before the relay will plug in.
That guy that took the relay out wasn't really too good at cleaning out the holes.
He was happy when the relay came out.
He quit and went home.
That was it. Yeah.
There's Lee. He woke up.
Where?
Lee,
Hey.
open GD77 opens up your channel storage to 13 to 26,000 entries, depending on how you format it.
Ah, wonderful. You hear that, Mark?
Yeah, I've done that one in the past. Jorge did it too. Jorge Duarte did the same thing. And did you guys get it to work last night, Ken?
Yep. Yeah, I was using it for a while on the
net.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got chastised for calling a contact a channel a contact, but you know that's
Oh
okay.
that's important to right vernacular because you know that could cause the loss
Welcome,
of
welcome,
life.
welcome to Hamland.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Grow some thicker skin. Yeah, that's yeah. I'd get in that same trouble. It's like, oh come on, they change those words about every 5-6 years to something different.
The
You know.
whatchamacallit's so bigger and better than the thingamajig was.
Yeah.
Lee, I don't know if anybody's told you this, but you look 10 years younger without the glasses.
Well, no, they haven't, but thank you.
Hey, get a room, you two.
No, it's I still have to use cheaters a little bit for reading, but most of the time not, and it's just wonderful.
How many times have you reached up with your hand and nearly poked yourself in the eye?
Oh, I can't even get close to that number.
That's that's infinite.
Yeah, I mean, you're always wanting to reach up to adjust them. And there's nothing there.
I can tell you from
just your eyes.
I can tell you from my laser surgery that it's 6 to 12 months before that gets a little better. It never goes away.
Oh, wow.
You always see the frames. Do you still see the frames?
I don't, but
yeah, you'll see the frames. You'll just know there's there.
I had frameless, so that was one reason
Oh, okay.
that helped.
Yep.
But I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. I mean, it's and I'm looking at hopefully sometime this week going shooting finally. Haven't been able to because she told me not to because of the pressures.
The concussion pressure.
Yeah,
I can see that.
And so I said, okay. And I've been a good boy.
She didn't want you to screw up her good work.
That's right. And I didn't want to screw up her good work. It was a mutual admiration society. But now I'm not going to go shoot magnums or anything like that. But
make sure you got your eyeglasses to cover the poofs and the puffs.
Oh yeah, I've got a 30-06 that I've been looking forward to shooting. So
yeah, it shouldn't put anything towards you. Well, there's Paul, the Queen Mary,
and hi, Mike. Michigan Mike.
What's up, Lee? You handsome devil.
Missed you last night.
Yeah, I was watching movies.
Mm-hmm. Sure you were.
Football.
I had to get rid of some of my potential antenna supports this afternoon.
Oh,
they're all in a burn pile right now.
Did that thin out your choices? Did it?
It did, but of course it makes it easier to get wires up to the remaining ones. So, it's nature's way of thinning things out thinning the trees out.
That's a good idea. That's a real good idea.
I know
a tree. Yeah. Had a tree at my rent house that was in danger of coming down badly on a house or something, and the ice storm had the gracious, good manners to break it just in the right place and drop it straight down. So it's half done now.
Well, I'm going to have to figure out a new way to get my HF antenna because the apex of the 35-foot tree is no longer 35 feet. And my HF antenna is all on the ground right now.
Oops.
It didn't hurt it.
Yeah, that's a good deal. This was Ed's power feed off of his house. Ed Hatch's power feed. It pulled it right off the house.
Oh, his weatherhead?
Yeah, the weatherhead kind of got a pull. He said that was done before, but this screwed in porcelain.
Oh, bad.
I got to remount and put in a couple more wedge extenders, but he finally got power Sunday night. He was out Thursday morning to Sunday night, so that was a long one. Don Byer, we got one of them Indianers that just showed up. We'll talk slower for you, Don.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm really an Ohioan, so I can keep up.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can wear people out. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I finally remembered that it was Elmer night.
Yeah, I keep seeing you. Yeah, next week. Yeah, next week. But good deal.
All right.
Well, cool. Yeah, Don was, for those of you who don't know Don was around for, how many years were you here? 10 years?
Yeah, I was, oh boy. Well, I was down there for 6. I'm getting some echo here. Is it somebody not being muted, or is it something I'm doing wrong?
I'm not hearing any echo.
I'm not hearing an echo either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm hearing everything about 3 seconds delayed as well, in addition to the regular audio. So maybe it's something I'm doing wrong.
It's Ohio.
It's long delay echo.
It's Ohio.
long path.
I'm actually in Indianapolis right now. Or west side Indianapolis, just not too far from the airport.
Oh, cool. Cool. So you have no idea what we're talking about with ice storm and all that other good stuff.
Oh, I done been there in a big good ice storm. We actually never had one, a really, really good one when I lived there, but when I'd been back to visit for training, we had a few.
I remember you had some tree damage stuff there. Didn't we do something in your backyard with big piles of brush in your backyard? Is that something I remember? No?
Never had one. Really, really. Oh, at my house in Norman?
Yeah.
Well, I know we took some trees down.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. We just took them down.
Maybe that was it. Yeah,
maybe.
Figure out why I got this long around the world echo thing going on here.
What? You might just drop out and come back in, see if it fixes it.
Yeah, let me try that.
We'll just lock the door so you can't get back in. See you in a bit.
Oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet I still got the other feed running.
Oh, the YouTube? Yeah, that'll do it.
Mark, you ready for tomorrow night?
Sure. I think I am. What a crazy mess. We're going to do a class in the middle of the pandemic in the last minute. And how many 800 people do you have signed up for the darn?
Well, the 14 that were, the last minute thing.
Yeah.
Decided to drop out and reschedule for another time.
Well, tell them we'll have it online so they can pull it
Right.
up anytime.
So I have 32 or 33.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
At least it's well worth doing it.
Well, no kidding. I just do it for one so that we could get the videos is my take out of this deal. And then you went and blasted 33 people or 32 people. That'd be awesome.
Is this on Zoom now?
Yeah, it'd be Wednesday night. Yeah, you missed a day with Lee. He kept ratcheting it up and it went crazy and exploded. So Wednesday night, it's gonna be Wednesday. We got 33 people. We're not gonna.
And the link is on your page.
It's on it'll be on /class W5NOR/class.
Okay. And what, you only can have 50 on a Zoom?
100.
Oh.
So you're welcome to come in and kibitz and sit in the back row. That's
I might do that. Wednesday at
6:30 to 9 for next 7 weeks. And the good thing is we want to record them and then just leave them in that same. I'll change the website so it'll have just the recordings available.
Yeah.
Literally, it'll be, you can sit and watch the classes at your own convenience, and then if they have a question, they can always jump in on Elmer night and we can screw them up royally.
Are we going to have a special way of setting it up in the YouTube as far as making it easy to find?
Yeah, it'll just be on that same page that, like in my week, it'll have a link that says video for the week or something like that. So wherever that same tech page will just sit out there forever. And they can just work down that page and.
This is on YouTube, right?
Well, this will be on the website, but YouTube's got it. I mean, it's all the way out there. You'll probably be able to search it by SCAR's technician class or something.
Okay, so they're going to be able to just come to the W5NOR and find the
W5NOR / class or / tech, either one, and it'll be just right. Well, let me bring it up, Dale.
Okay. Because I told them they'd have to go to YouTube, so I need to put something out to change that.
Oh, I changed the text in your email that I sent you. And I put in the wording for the / class. That's
and I send it out that way.
Okay, if you just sent that out, that's got the whole thing. Same, it's the same link as what we're using tonight.
Okay.
And then if they want to get just on YouTube, they can just mash the button and join on just on YouTube. And I can do that now and get Don's long delay echo. Did that fix your long delay echo, Don?
No, it was I had the darn YouTube feed running was the problem.
That'll work.
I went and shut it off and it disappeared. I just had to shut my brain off, think about it for a second.
There you go. And then here's week 1. Says link to slides. We'll have link to video, or probably I'll probably have a embed code just like this. So it'll have hit the play button and they'll play the video from.
Because I was going to ask about that. I downloaded the PowerPoint.
Okay, for your section?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I downloaded all of them just because I wanted to have them.
Yep.
But for my section, so I can just run the PowerPoint from my computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do it now if you want to power it up and try it if you want to play now.
Hold on.
I'll make you a co-host and you should get your little green button.
Oh, wow.
On the bottom it says share, and then we can see what you got going.
And let's see, that was week 6.
We got all kinds of fun stuff. Hey, who's bought besides Ed Hatch, who's bought a Raspberry Pi 400 today?
Yeah.
You would.
It's on my list, but
that's what
I saw that.
I told Ed, and I said, "Oh, I haven't had a chance to slow down and look at it." I told him to get on the call here tonight to talk about it, but his summary sounds like a perfect little desktop machine. Like for me, for a network. A network kind of thing where you need to run from a deal. There you go. Hit the F5 and you should be going.
Okay. Hello. I'm hitting F5, but it's not happening.
Oh, or hit slideshow.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
No, use your nose on the touch screen. That'll work. But it's 70, isn't it $70? There it is, $70.
bare unit.
Is it a bare unit? But it's got a keyboard with it, right?
Oh, it's embedded in the keyboard.
Yeah.
It's actually an all new board. That's 1.8 gigahertz.
Yep.
CPU.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That's pretty
That's
neat.
a nifty little deal. My desktop is almost dead. It's just I bought a new drive. I haven't put it in it yet to see if the drive seems to drag its butt a lot. So
yeah.
But shoot, for what I do, that would do everything I normally do on my desktop for $70.
Yep, unless you're doing some special code, but you could probably load up some of the ham things on there and actually run some of that ham stuff.
You should be able to do that Pi thing.
Yeah,
on it.
So how big is the storage on that?
It's got a 4 gig
of memory, but what about
memory? And then it uses a flash, a micro USB card.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same micro
SD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, micro something.
Micro SD slot is on
the
back of the keyboard. That's what I'm reading.
Cool.
And it's still got an I/O port.
And it's still got an I/O port. That's nice. Is it
And
2.0.
I like it that you can put the hats on it as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to be funkily laid out, I think.
There'll be a whole new set of those come out to fit that.
Yeah.
Adapter cable or adapter board or something.
Oh, that could be a little cable. That would be a neat thing that they'll probably have.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's 2.0, USB 2.0, because if it is, and you just plug an expander into it, and you're.
Oh, I'm sure it's at least 2.0.
It's got one USB 2 and two USB 3s.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's got a total of 3 then. That's
total of 3.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice little unit.
Is this the course showing on the screen?
It's beautiful, man. It really does. I like that format that they picked this time. That stupid rainbow thing was just hideous before. But no, it looks great here. You're on band plans and all that stuff, making contacts.
Okay.
Yep, looks good. You can go backward, try backwards and forwards. Making sure you can drive the bus. You got it.
That works.
Good. Yeah, I like the. I don't know how many slides did you end up with on that?
Hell, I don't remember.
I don't know. I should tell you at the bottom somewhere.
Let's see.
Hit the escape key and get out of that.
Just 6B.
That's the nets. It's just the next part of that.
Yeah, you won't see it in presentation mode.
After the break.
Yeah, you're right, John.
Because we finish up with models.
Yep. That's the cool part. Yeah, hit the escape key and it should tell you how, here at the end, hit the escape now and it should pop out of that. There you go. It should tell you how many. 57. So you got 3 minutes a slide, man. 2 minutes.
7. Yeah. Oh, that's easy.
I think that should be.
That's easy. And then to shut it down,
unshare at the top.
I hit stop share.
There you go.
We're back.
You the man.
I like it.
Who's the cuckoo? Don, is that you?
That's so appropriate.
We know someone is cuckoo. Is that cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah. Of course.
If you were counting the cuckoos, you'd know what time zone it was in.
Oh, well, see, Don and you are both in the same. I don't know what time zone.
Don's muted.
I'm muted, so it wasn't me. I don't even have a cuckoo. I'm just. I mean, I might be cuckoo, but.
That's why I thought of you first, Don.
We know about Mike.
It's right.
Holy cow! This thing's got dual band Wi-Fi.
You're the Mikey.
Dual band Wi-Fi. Oh my God.
400? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice.
Good.
I thought they just put one of their compute modules in there and break it out. Basically, I guess that's what that is. But
no idea. Yeah, no idea.
Another guy tears it apart. And it's got a heat sink the whole size of the keyboard inside.
Oh, Ed said something about a big heat sink. Yeah.
That's good.
So it's running cool. Mm-hmm. It looks like a winner. With that and a small monitor, and you'd be ready to rock and roll, or a big TV.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about doing is for my network stuff. I've got monitors in my closets and just hook up to that. And it's got an Ethernet cable, so I can plug it into a router.
You probably have monitors in your bathroom.
I don't now, but
I can neither confirm or deny that.
I have about 20 of them laying around, so I guess I should probably put 1 or 2 in there. I always wanted to do that, but then I thought,
hello, David Clare.
That's a little over the top.
The 400 still has the dual monitor output on it. Micro HDMI.
Okay, micro HDMI. So I wonder if there's a micro.
Oh, the disappearing cup trick, Carl.
HDMI to.
That's a cute trick.
Oh, look at that. For half the price? No, let's see. There's a $7.14. So I can go from all these monitors I got laying around here that are all VGA. I can go, that's that's full-sized HDMI.
You need a mini HDMI?
Yeah, I think it's called micro. Here's one that's mini, I think. So for $10, you can hook it up to one of these thousands of monitors I got laying around in the shop here. I haven't heard. I put the word out that I'll take any monitor that people want to get rid of, and man, that was a dumb thing to do. For a while, I was giving $5 or $10 for them, and now I just had last ones were just take it for free, take it for free. Oh shoot, that's even got an audio coming out of it. Look at that.
Pretty neat little package.
That's Ed. Ed says, "Well, mine should show up." And oh God, of course you had ordered one, Ed.
It'll run Ubuntu or other Linux iterations as well. So
well, it should just load anything like the whatever that the ham pie thing or whatever that deal that
ought to be
Green had.
Ham pie.
Yep. David Clare showed up. Look at him. He's got power. Oh, good. He can.
We only lost our power for about 12 hours.
Oh, well, okay.
Lost the trees in my front yard though. That made me more upset.
I bet.
We lost ours for 4 days, but thank God I had that, generator.
I was wondering about your 22 kilowatt if that sucker fired off.
Oh, 15 seconds is all I was down.
Yep.
I love that thing. Now, of course, Cox, we had power, but Cox wouldn't power up their substations.
Yeah.
Now they've done it for years where they bring out a little, generator and they hook it up to the substation.
They didn't have enough.
It powers the neighborhood. But, oh no, it took 3 calls to them. Well, we don't do that sort of thing. Oh, really?
Lee, I found out why yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
I was telling Mark earlier, I had a Cox technician out here checking my modem and stuff out, had internet issues. I have an actual Cox technician come out, not one of their contractors. He told me that the reason they don't do the backup on their substations anymore is because they cannot power the TV part of it, only the internet part of it. And since it all runs through the substations, they can no longer power it through that. They will not power the TV part of it.
Okay, this is not a reflection on you, Mark, but try that again in English.
Well, okay. Their substations, Lee knows that the substations used to have just one signal go through it.
One feed.
One feed. Now they've got dual feeds going through it. One's TV and the other one is internet. So now that they got dual feeds running through it, they will not power their substations with propane or a generator on propane or like AT&T does theirs, because they will not power the TV end of it, and they can't separate them in those substations.
Okay. Again, why wouldn't you want to do? Yeah,
but why not?
Yeah.
He wouldn't go into any real detail why not. He just said that they won't power the TV side of it, so now they can't power the internet side of it, so it all goes down.
That sounds like
a
Cox
for
answer.
a refund.
No, that's why I moved away from Comcast.
Yeah.
Same reason. They shoot it down the same fiber, and they don't want to pay for the the device that splits it out when the power goes out.
Yeah, but why don't you just power both of them?
Because the video takes a lot more bandwidth, and people will complain if they don't get their their 4K TV shows.
I don't know, if you're sitting in semi-darkness, you might be real happy to get anything.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
And oh, golly, Cox just always comes up with those things that just absolutely make no sense. So I can guarantee that's a Cox answer.
I fired them 3 times over the years, but I end up coming
friends
back
don't let
eventually.
Friends don't let friends drive Cox.
Well, that's why we moved away from Comcast. So
the
same reason.
I mean, is the only thing I can think of is it just requires a bigger generator, but it can't be more than 22 kilowatt generator will do a lot. And Lee's got one of them.
They normally have been running it on a 7 kW generator.
So they really are just too cheap to put in bigger generators.
Well, I don't know what I mean. They have to bring out a portable and attach it and chain it to their box.
Yeah.
But
they're portables. They don't want to deal with the.
They don't want to deal with bringing them out and setting them up and somebody having to go around and gas them up every 8 hours.
Cuts into their bottom line.
Yeah, but you could put in. See, Lee, you're smart enough to put in one that's hooked to the gas company, aren't you?
Yes.
How long did your generator run?
I sure did.
4 days?
4 days without missing a lick.
Yeah, but I looked at several. I actually drove by several of the AT&T substations, and they've got the pretty good sized generator out there.
Yeah,
and it's running on propane. Every one of them was running on propane.
Yeah,
but Cox won't do that. And I asked the Cox technician. Like I said, he's been doing it for 20 years, and he said that they did used to do that when it was just internet through those substations. But now that they've got the dual signal running through, where they got the video feed running through for the TV and then the internet, they won't do it now.
Well, they did though when they finally brought it out and started powering ours. I had internet and television.
It's probably just not worth it to them, is what they're saying. They don't want to spend the money on backup.
Well, yeah, they figure as soon as they get it out, OG&E is going to have it back running.
Yeah.
Again. But
And if their power's out, so are the customers.
OG&E doesn't give a flying.
Careful
about Norman. You got to remember that the city council and OG&E have been at odds.
Yeah.
Because they want the council to sign a different type of contract and be, a perpetual whatever. And
done forever.
And they've always wanted that.
Said no.
Well, look who Phil showed up.
The frou-frou city of Norman insisted on having either concrete poles or aluminum poles. And those were a lot more expensive than the steel streetlight poles. And Norman said, no, you got to put in concrete or aluminum. And now they've come back and said you've got to take out all of your luminaires and put in these night sky friendly luminaires. So they had to do that. And it's one thing right after another.
Yeah, but that's when they signed the new agreement, which is part of that's what everybody does every year, every 25 years. And
every 25 years, yeah.
The problem is they didn't sign it.
Now there is a little twist on this home generator thing. Yeah. So I'm sitting here, fat, dumb, and happy, after 4 days on the generator, and I got lights where I got lights, and about that time the generator just stops. It just went off Saturday afternoon.
Really?
So we go out and look. There's nothing wrong with the gas supply. There's nothing else wrong that we can see. So I call the generator man, and of course he's up to his eyeballs in trouble calls, right? Yep. But he came out anyway. He actually got here about 11:30 Saturday night, which I gave him credit for that. Yeah. And as it turns out, the engine generator has a 12-volt starting battery.
Yeah.
It's just a common ordinary Group 35.
Yeah.
400 coal cranking amp starting battery that cranks the engine and also provides 12 volts for the electronic control board that controls the generator. And it just runs all the time. And to keep that battery charged, there's a little trickle charger in the system that's wired up to keep the battery charged for months and months and months until the thing comes on. Well, sure enough, it has come on many times before. Never thought a thing about it. Engine ran for a while, electricity came back on, engine went off. This is the first time I've ever run it for 4 days. And the generator man came back in and he said, your starting battery is dead nut zero. Totally dead, depleting. And he got to looking, and the boneheaded electrician that wired it all in wired the trickle charger on the non-protected side of the ATO switch. So when the generator comes on, it's providing power to the house.
But not.
A little trickle charger is sitting there, not on OG&E, and he's dead. So I had to have him come back out this afternoon and move those wires over so that it would get battery charge no matter what.
Hey, Mike.
That's my story on the generator, guys.
Yep. Yes. Who is hollering?
Ron, I think.
I just say.
Oh, Ron. Hi, Ron.
In 5 weeks. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Ron.
How you doing?
Hello, Ron.
How's the weather up there?
It was warm today.
Good.
For about 10 minutes.
We had 3 inches of snow Sunday.
Well,
oh my goodness.
You do live in the north, you know.
We would have loved 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, we'd have traded probably. Yeah.
Gladly.
Better than the ice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, better than a 1/4 inch of ice. Yeah.
Yep. We don't have to worry about the
Quarter
ice.
to an inch and a half in places.
Tried 2
Did you have that much?
2 inches.
Yeah, out west, a little bit west, it was much, much worse than in the metro.
Yeah, my house was
bad enough here.
I had minimal compared to Norman, and compared to Wayne, who just showed up. He had a lot more than I did.
Oh my gosh, Wayne. Sorry to hear about your antenna.
Yeah, I saw your antenna, Wayne.
Didn't even get to use it yet.
I know it. Didn't even get the coax hooked up.
No audio, Wayne. No audio.
I'm sorry, Wayne, what happened to the antenna?
His audio's not working.
He was the cover of the newsletter.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was covered with ice.
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, Lee, how's your eyes doing?
Great. Absolutely great. No peepers. Yeah.
No glasses. First
No
time.
glasses, yeah.
Glasses on.
I am absolutely loving it.
Oh, good.
Anyway, have you? I told Phil about the slides. I guess it was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the new slides yet, Ron? Oh, he's on the phone.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs.
Okay.
It was a butt dial, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Hi, Ron. I love the grin.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Not.
Yes, sir.
The ice on my end-fed antenna running from the roof down to the back fence was about that big all the way around the wire.
How big is that?
I would say it was at least an inch and a quarter thick.
Whoa!
All the way around the wire. Never pulled it down, but it was really heavy on that wire. You should have seen the chunks falling off when it finally was starting to warm up.
Oh, I bet. I don't want to be around there. Holy cow.
So when my you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
When my antenna doubled over, and I wish I had a camera on it, but when it doubled over, it actually bent in between the guy lines. It hit the ground so hard that the end of the antenna was 15 inches in the ground.
Whoa.
I mean, it came from 45 feet up, but so I took it all apart Sunday and then evaluated it. So
there it is on the screen, Lee.
okay,
Oh, wow.
it's going to take some money.
Yeah.
Well, my horse fence, like I said, came down, but it didn't hurt it at all.
Yeah, the horse got out, but it didn't hurt it.
Oh, yeah.
You're asking me about the slides. I got all the slides. I'm all set. I'm
Good.
all ready for next Wednesday.
Did you update any of those?
Yes, I did.
Can you send me a copy so I can put it on the web, and that way, in case you have a problem, I can run them from here.
Yeah. Now, when I get on the air with this Zoom thing, am I going to control what slides I'm looking at, or how's that?
Yeah, right now we can. I'll make you a co-host. If you want to bring up PowerPoint, you can share your screen. And Lee did it earlier, so you can play with it. You're a co-host now. There should be a green button on the bottom center of your screen.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, Lee's got that point. He's pretty right. Green. There's a green share button in the bottom center of the screen.
Yeah, it's a share screen.
Well, have I screwed anything up yet?
No. If you smell smoke, that's probably a good indicator.
Hey, Ken.
You go, oops.
Hey, Ken.
Hello.
I was thinking about you when all that ice was building up, because I just knew you had a tripod out back with your 32 foot up in the air, and it was becoming a nice ice coated Christmas tree.
I just ran out before it started, unplugged the radials and laid it over. It just laid on the ground the whole time. So I haven't put it back up yet because I want to tune on the 20 meter a little bit. And then my other two are sitting right next to me here in the garage. That little Shakespeare is an awesome little antenna. I'm having a ball with that.
Shakespeare. What's a Shakespeare? I forgot.
It's a Shakespeare 20-foot fishing pole.
Oh,
fishing pole.
Yeah.
I used to have a Shakespeare.
I got one of those too.
Hey, it works great.
What happened to yours, Wayne?
It was a CB antenna.
Oh, those the big sticks. Remember the big sticks?
Yeah, the Shakespeare.
We see your screen, Ron.
Huh? What?
We see your screen.
You see my screen?
Yeah, we do.
I don't know how to do this. I want to get out of this for a while. I don't want to upset you guys.
Oh, no, this is what we did with Lee first.
Play with it.
Lee can watch how he looked before. It's kind of cool. But yeah, you can do that and then bring up your PowerPoint.
Well, where do I put it?
It'll come up on the screen.
Just make it so you can see it on your screen.
So I can see it on my screen? Oh.
Yeah. We're just going to share we're just watching your screen. Don't pull up any, pictures that you probably don't want distributed out to the world.
Oh, you want some of those?
No.
Don't worry about me doing that.
I got all kinds of.
It's always the guys you don't.
Computer.
It's the guy. There's the guy with the truth. It's always the guys you don't expect. That's the right answer.
The quiet ones.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for it to come up. I got a green border around my whole screen. Right?
That means we're sharing it. That means you're showing out the whole screen to everybody.
The whole world sees what you're doing.
That's right.
And right now you're not doing nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better get the ball here.
Here we go.
Yep.
There's the first one.
Yep. Now just make it big.
Well, let's see.
Oh, he's got an apple.
And then hit the slide, whatever the slide stuff is.
Ta-da!
The slide Mageddon, the go button. This is the same button that Lee went, what? And he found it. There you go.
There you go.
It's beautiful. See, that's what yours looked like, Phil, or Lee. Just beautiful.
Great. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Is that too fast for you guys?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm getting it. Osmosis.
Kind of is.
Okay.
That look like our slides. I recognize all those.
Well, and then I got the questions. You didn't have any questions in there, Mark.
No.
So
No.
do that.
Well,
Okay.
you can do those if you guys used them. That's great.
Yeah,
Most of the rest of them
here. I mean, in February when I did this before. So
okay. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. You pretend like you're the instructor and you know what you're doing.
okay. Well,
Pretend.
I'm gonna stop sharing now because
Okay, but you feel comfortable. You got the idea. You can go backwards and forwards, and
the idea. I got the idea.
that's it. That's
I'm gonna try it out with my wife as a recipient tomorrow.
oh, okay.
I'll see what I can do.
There you go.
See if I can do it again without your help.
There
Okay.
you go.
I'll set it up myself and try to do it.
Okay, I'll leave it. I'll turn it on so you can get in, and that way, we're going to be doing class stuff tomorrow at 6:30. So we'll probably get in about 6. So as long as you do it before 6.
Yeah, I want to
And
get.
I put out a thing today to all those people to that we probably have it open at 6 o'clock if they wanted to come in early to make sure that they're set up, everything's right.
And it's the intro night, so we can always fumble through what we have to.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to do an intro night.
Yep.
So we can do our fumbling the first night.
Yep. No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's what
we can't see you.
Phil's in the dark.
That's because my camera is not tuned right. I
think
it's a problem with me and my camera.
Okay, well, I feel sorry for you.
Phil's cat sitting in front of the camera.
Phyllis got a bad local oscillator.
Hey, now, you know that a person that probably had some technical background could probably make that work.
There's a long story that has to do with this.
Okay, Lee, I'll stop by his house tomorrow.
Believe it.
It relates to Cox and AT&T.
No, we won't believe it, so just spare it.
Well, good.
Remember these words: improvise, adapt, and overcome.
There you go. There you go. No, I figured just blame the cat. The cat's butt sitting in front of the camera again.
Well, now you can do that too.
That's usually what it is. So who's put anything up yet? Are you just still licking your wounds from all the ice damage?
Well, I sawed up about a half a rick from the tree limbs that fell down on my place.
Last week, Bill Baker showed up and he had a little sign that says firewood for sale.
It's all wet wood, so I put it in the stack, and I'm going to wait for about a year before I try to use it.
Yep. Nobody's built anything back, it sounds like.
I'm just getting stuff to work again.
Yeah, that's the tough part. That's the tough part.
Here's
It's
Larry.
all over.
Hey, Larry.
That's what I see. Larry's there. He's got power, I guess. Last week we had like 4 or 5 that didn't have power. And
I was one of them.
Oh, you were out too?
4 days.
Oh yeah, you were out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's a question from Sam. Asks, do you know how to swap out cable modems? He has a spare his son gave me. Does he hook it up or does he have to get Cox involved?
No, he can just hook it up.
You can just hook it up? Don't you have to
Just hook it up, turn it on.
Yeah,
Just
hook it up, turn it on, make sure it's plugged into his modem, and it'll set.
Well, no, he wants to swap cable modems.
Oh, cable modems. The one that they originally gave him. Yeah, he could just switch it out. He could pull it. He could pull. Yeah, he could pull it out. Plug his into it.
I've done that a couple times, and it wasn't that easy because they keep track of the serial number.
That's what I was thinking.
Change it out to a different modem that has a different serial number. You have to register it with Cox again.
That's what I was thinking too. And usually you can you do
Then
that
they
off their
set an
website?
IP address as well.
Well, the big thing is they want to know if their equipment or your equipment.
Yeah. So it won't hurt anything if he hooks it in. It just may not work, right?
Right.
Well, you change it out and then call them, they'll initialize it, and then you're on your way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that easy.
Okay. And so they just, you don't have to give them a number. They just say the new one's hooked up and
I don't know. I've always just copied down the model number and
serial number,
particulars on the back of the nameplate, and that way when they asked me, I just gave them to them.
Yeah, they'll ask you what the serial number is if it's one of their modems.
Okay. Oh, to make sure you didn't swipe it from somebody's house.
Probably, yeah.
Hey, Mike, first and now, what's that B1G after your name?
Big 10.
Oh, you've changed voices up there.
I have.
Ah, okay.
It was a sad sight. Michigan Stadium holds 107,000, and there were about 40 people there
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah. Things are different up there. Everywhere different right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I've traded in almost everything except my friends.
You had friends?
Miss you, Mike.
Now watch, he's boasting.
Monday mornings at McDonald's used to turn me into a good guy. That was.
I know. I do miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hanging around this bunch.
Thursday when I went early voted, I had being the fact that they claimed that I'm in Cleveland County, I'm registered that way. I had to drive all the way to Norman to the county election commission to vote, and I drove by the McDonald's down here in Norman, and it looked awful sad.
It does, doesn't it?
Sad. Some of the places are open, but not McDonald's, and that's kind of.
They had 3 or 4 cars there, and that was just workers for the drive-through, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They need to open the doors.
You can, the one on Lindsay, you can actually go in and order, but you can't stay and eat. So,
You know, all the McDonald's up here where you can go in and sit in their dining room.
and more?
More, Del City, Midwest City, take your pick.
You're trying to give us a message?
Taco Casa, you can't up there.
No, I think they're going to eventually go out.
There's still, there's a line around the block on those guys every time I go by there.
No, they won't go out. There's too much of a line and there's too much business.
Yep.
They're making a killing just through the drive-through.
Yep.
You know, I actually think that Chick-fil-A makes more money through the drive-throughs than they ever did having somebody inside.
My God, there's just cars. The 2 lines, I know the ones in here, Norman's got dual lines now. And
they all do now.
Do they really?
And they're all wrapped around the building.
Yes.
Yeah, it's twice as money that should be, and it's just chicken.
Yeah, they're the ones that actually taught everybody else how to do a drive-through, because Taco Casa has somebody with a tablet going from car to car, taking orders while the line goes around, and it goes faster.
The Sonic on Chautauqua near Imhoff is not very busy at all. I drove there last night and I was the only car in the drive-through.
Which one?
The Sonic at.
Oh yeah, it's right down from my house.
Imhoff.
Yeah, it's right down the street from my house, and they're always easy to get anything.
Yeah, and on Tuesdays you can get cheeseburgers for
Half price.
Half price.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. And today was Tuesday.
And see, I think Monday is 50-cent coney corn dogs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I live right here, right around from there, Lee.
Yeah, I'm on South Pickard.
Oh, well, I drive by your house all the time then.
Bring him a burger, man.
Bring him a burger.
Throw a brother a bone.
Bring me a burger. Our nearest Sonic's 2.5-hour drive.
I walk on it. That's where I walk, Lee.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna find you out one of these days.
No, you'll never find it.
Just look for the ham antenna outside. It's a dead
Nope.
giveaway.
There's no antenna there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Secret stealth.
I'm gonna have to be a detective, huh? Okay.
Mike,
No antenna there.
Just look for the generator on the side of the house.
Well, now there's 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them in a row.
Well, then, and don't look for a big old white truck. Or,
Nope.
don't look for that. That's not a dead giveaway.
I have decided on the generator I'm buying.
Which one?
I'm gonna get a dual fuel Westinghouse, 3,600 watts. It's enough for 2 furnaces and a refrigerator.
How many watts?
3,600.
No.
What's the matter?
It's not enough, Ron.
Not enough.
Get one that will carry your house.
Gotta run your radios too.
2 furnaces, and I got a refrigerator that uses about 800.
Okay, I ran for 10 years. I ran an 8,500 start, 7,000 run generator.
Okay.
Okay, and it would just barely got 2 refrigerators and a heater going and a few lights. So now we changed over. We got a whole house, Generac, and it's 22 kW.
Oh boy.
And they're not. I mean, I just looked one up for a friend. I think they're about $5,000. That includes the transfer switch.
Our total cost was 8,000. That was installed, plumbers doing their thing for the gas lines, pulling the permits, everything.
Yeah.
You may buy another fridge someday.
The switches for a Generac is just as much labor and work as the machine itself that does the generating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to do the electrical interface. The Generac has
very
has a
difficult. It has to be done perfectly.
Now, I will tell you also, if
Just a code.
If you're wanting to be ambitious, you can install your own generator. All you have to do is have an electrician come in and certify your work.
Well, my plan is to have the generator outside running on a propane tank, and I just want all I need because I was without power for 4 days, and we need the furnaces to run and the refrigerator to run. I can get along with everything else besides that. I got enough flashlights to see my way through the dark of the night.
Yeah, Lee, I'm with you.
Yeah, I've ran all the extension cords and had to have the doors cracked open or a window cracked open all the time. So you get the cords running all through the house and tripping over them and having the wife, yell at you. And, yeah, I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
Lee, the only thing I was curious about is I would like to know just how much it costs you for natural gas for 4 days to run it like that.
We had it running,
That's an
running
electricity
for almost
cost.
2 weeks once before, and we didn't notice a change in the gas bill.
Really?
I think it's less than the electricity.
We're going to watch it again. We ran for 4 days this time, and we're going to watch it again and see, but it's economical as hell. And Ron, that's the thing. You can, even with a portable generator, they make a kit where you can hook it up to natural gas.
Well, I'm going to buy one that works on gasoline and propane. That's my plan anyhow. I'll talk to you some more, Lee. So you apparently are very strongly opinion on this. And I need
Well, Phil and Lee are identical, and I got one just like it that I maintain out of work. So 22 kilowatts. 22 kilowatts.
I run on natural gas.
Yeah,
and
Generac
I thought,
so far as had troubles just like Phil's. My daughter had one just like Phil's, and it screwed up many times.
I've never had any trouble with the generator. It was only the installation.
Yeah, well,
but
she didn't.
Having it run on natural gas takes away a lot of headache. You don't have to constantly worry about when you're going to refuel it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what
So easy like that. And you can get, if you decided that you want to run with natural gas, you can do one that is a natural gas / LP. So if for some reason you run out of natural gas or it gets compromised, then you can switch over and run it off your LP tank. But let me tell you, LP gas is expensive.
Yeah, comparatively. Right now it's cheap, but it's still expensive comparatively.
Yeah.
Because I've got 250-gallon tank out here.
Yeah, you got what, 250 gallons?
Uh-huh.
How much did it cost you to fill 250?
I think last time was like $1.50 a gallon. So I put 200 gallons in at $1.50. So now all I do is hot water, and it lasts me about 16 months on hot water. But if you're running a generator, it is a lot more money on the propane than it is on the other. Now, I still have not seen a case where natural gas is shut down.
I've never seen the natural gas shut down either.
They've got so much they can put in one big compressor to run off a generator, and they can power the whole dadgum town.
Oh yeah, easy, because they only run like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
We got a rental house up in Oklahoma City that had the service entrance cable plucked right out of the weatherhead, and it's still laying in the backyard up there.
I just showed a picture of Ed's that I fixed the other day. Let's see. But yeah, those Generacs are nice. This one, now the second half of that is, if you're on OEC and they've maintained their power lines, your power doesn't go off. That's for a 22 kilowatt 4500. That includes the switch over.
That includes the
transfer like I said,
transfer switch, automatic transfer switch, and it's good for 200 amps on that.
Are you looking at generators.com?
No, I'm just looking up Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
Northern Tool. This one's Northern Tool.
Go to generators.com. A lot better pricing.
Yeah, I'm not buying one, so
there's no labor in that, is there, Mark?
That is correct. But I know that Waters will put them in for very cheap. It depends on how your system is set up. If you got to run a lot of wire, if your gas is close to your electric and that kind of stuff, you've got to get a bigger gas line. You got to go to a meter that reads in pounds instead of ounces. But the gas company is very happy to bring you one of those because that means you're going to burn more gas. So they're happy.
Yeah, that's all it took. Literally, is they come out and switch out the meter, and that's it.
Yeah.
Boom.
We were the one I put in was on a brand new house, and the guy said, "Well, while we're here, we'll just put in a bigger feed pipe, just in case." But you can retrofit them without it.
Of course, in my situation, I don't even have gas.
Yeah, I don't either. I got my propane.
Well, you have to tell the heat and air guys, because my heat and air system did not work. And I told them, I said, "You realize I'm running 1 PSI gas?" And they went up and they reprogrammed it, and it came on and worked okay.
Oh, we had to. Yeah, you usually have to put in a separate regulator for the gas for the rest of your house.
Well, the regulator carried it okay, but they had to adjust it.
Yeah, they adjusted.
And then the gas stove guy came by and adjusted the gas stove.
Yeah, we just put a separate regulator in, and that way you're not putting 1 PSI into the house, which I think that's called a blowtorch.
Uh-huh.
Phil and Ron, while I'm thinking about it, the band plan, I've downloaded or put the file for the band plan on the website, so they should be able to pick it up, and I'll talk about it at the end of my day on next week or tomorrow night. I'll tell them that band plan is on the website, and then they can just click on it and download the band plan. So that's the only handout that I think we have.
Tell them they need to download that and memorize it by the next week for Ron's presentation.
I haven't got it memorized yet.
Well, you got a week, man. Get on it.
Oh, you don't have to memorize it. Once you have a license, you just paste it up on the wall.
I still haven't done 30 megahertz. 30 meters. I mean,
I'm with you. God made 80, 20, 40, 160, and then this other stuff, I don't know where it came from.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah, 30 and 17, I've never worked those.
Well,
15's my favorite. I can't wait for that to come.
All the time. Bill Baker does it all the time.
Oh, I know it. Bill Baker does everything. He's smarter than I am, though.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's probably cutting more firewood. He was doing firewood. No, those generators are really nice. I had the one I put in fired off for about 12 or 14 hours, I think, is what it logged. But it ran in spurts. They ran it for about 3 or 4 hours, and then power came back on, and then it went off for a little bit and ran in blasts. And I think Lee is one that said 15 seconds later, and it's power. It's so cool to do that. I've got a UPS system that covers all of the electronics in the house, and it just bridges that gap for the 15 seconds. And now he's wanting to know if I can put in a UPS to do the whole house and carry it for that 15 seconds. And I don't know. I hope I can get a big high price on that so he won't do it.
Well, that's what we do at our radar sites. We have a UPS that carries it over.
Yep. How big a load do you guys carry on those?
Oh my, I couldn't tell you.
But like
a lot.
like 100 amps.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at something that's running a kilowatt, but it's actually pulsing at a megawatt. So, a kilowatt of average power, but pulsing at a megawatt. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of amps. I haven't actually touched one of those things in about 6 years. So,
and probably inefficient as heck.
Well, the newer long range radar systems are all solid state.
Really?
Yeah. Multi-module solid state, replace on the fly. So you don't have one big ass tube going out on you.
Ah. Got it.
But a lot of your terminal radars are still running on Klystrons, similar to the NextRad transmitter.
Yeah, they didn't update those in that last batch of updates, did they? They still on Klystrons?
As far as I know, they're still Klystron. Yeah,
I would think so.
Yeah, they've done a lot of life extensions, both on the SR9 and the NextRads.
Yeah, the WSR 88Ds, they're putting a whole new rotor system. I guess the rotors are what's wearing out on them.
But on the generator note, my wife works for an electrical company, so they're giving her a employee discount at not much over their cost, especially right now because they're a little short for work. I'm looking at about for a Generac 24K with panel put in, plus a little bit of side work to install a sub panel in the basement. I'm looking at about $9,300, labor included.
Well, that's like Lee's. His was 85, so that's with the little side work on there. That makes sense. That's
I was 8.
Yeah, or 8. Yeah,
I was 8.
$1,300 worth of side work, special panel. Panel will be easily $1,300. So
yeah,
that's a good deal. How big a generator are you putting in, Don?
Generac just came out with a 24.
I saw that. Is that a new? What's different between that and the
newish? It's newish. I think it's got a newer design motor in it, and engine, and a few other things, and Wi-Fi technology where you can run it from your phone. Although I think they had a basic version of that before.
Yeah, that you had to pay for monthly.
Well, if you just want to run it on your phone Wi-Fi, don't think you have to pay for that.
They wanted us to pay for a monthly nut for it.
Yeah.
Even just to use it on your own phone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I said, not no, but hell no.
Yeah.
That's just asinine to run off of my Wi-Fi going to my phone.
Okay.
You want me to pay you a monthly nut for it? No.
Yeah.
What they're telling me on this one it is first 2 years are free, and it's going to be $49 a year if you
Your
want.
little girl.
$49 a year.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
isn't too horrible.
No.
Still shouldn't have to pay for it though. But that's actually for dealer monitoring as well.
Right.
What company?
Well, the local company is the electrical company here is ERMCO. That's it's going to be the installer, but it's all a Generac system.
Yeah, we used Faith out of Edmond, and they were fantastic. Norman has got the worst inspectors on the face of the earth.
No, they're good.
Obviously, you haven't been to Indiana, have you?
You haven't been to Fairview Park, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cleveland. Those guys they were very particular, but we got the job done.
I think that's where they get training. Is they train here and go elsewhere.
The electricians here will leave an errant wire sticking out of a wall, and they call it the sacrificial wire.
Yeah, because once they found something wrong, they stopped looking.
Yeah, exactly. And so they hate dealing with Norman inspectors, but anyway, they came in and ours passed first thing. Now the guy next door to me, they came back 4 times on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they're good. I like them. They find all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
they check everything.
Yeah,
they used to be the guys that if you leave a bottle of whiskey in the front door, you'd pass without any looking. And
what I don't like is that if you have an inspector come out and he tells you need to correct this and this, they'll have another inspector come out and he may or may not look at the things that you needed to correct, but he'll do a whole nother inspection to find something else.
Well, that's good. If he's finding problems, you want him to. Yes, it is.
That's kind of what I ran into a couple times. Another place I lived.
Yeah, you want them to find that before the house burns. I'd rather have that. Every problem that I've seen in the last house I worked on, every problem that showed up would have been a big problem, and it would have been buried.
Well, now that's true. I don't have any problem with that. Yeah. But if they do a good inspection the first time,
oh yeah, no.
Somebody else finds something else.
No, yeah. The problem on the ones I've seen is that. The comeback, somebody will have, shall we say, modified some wiring. We had a guy that moved. We had a guy moved a GFCI breaker, and he wasn't the electrician. It was in his way, so he moved it and wired it wrong, and they found it the second time. Well, it was changed between the 2 times.
Well, sure it was.
Yeah. But no, they're. I'm glad they're worth the money for me. A friend of mine does roofs. And he says that a house in Norman is worth $15,000 more than a house in Edmond because of the inspectors, because the actual inspectors are there. The value is that much different.
Ron,
what's that?
If you do a whole house generator, you can add double the price of what it cost you into your house value.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Probably not here in Indiana, but out where you guys are, definitely. And Mark, that 7230 package you're looking at is exactly what I'm getting.
7230 or 7210? 7210, is that what this is?
I don't know. It says model. I thought it said 7320 or is it 7230?
7210 is this one here.
Oh, that's 7210?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
me
because I saw the 22 used to be the highest one you could get without going
to like a borderline commercial generator, right?
Yeah, crazy money thing. I mean, it was a sweet spot. The 22 was for, let's say, $4,500, and a 24 was $10,000.
Yeah, and there isn't much difference between that 22 and the 24.
I would bet not. And that's the big thing there is you got to watch propane versus natural gas. That
unfortunately I have to run propane.
Well, that's good. You get more power out of propane.
But here's my justification for that is I've got an all electric house.
Yeah.
I have a well, so if the power goes out, I can't flush.
Yeah.
I have a septic tank with a booster pump or transfer pump.
Yeah.
I have a sump pump,
Yep.
I have a booster pump in the basement for the drain.
You're like me. Your septic tank has a computer in it.
No, I think my septic tank has a float in it.
Oh.
But yeah, it might have more than that in it. I don't know, but I know it. I know there's a little power post out next to the septic tank, and it's plugged in. So
yeah.
So yeah, I've got it kind of sucked. We had power out for 2 days, and I pulled the portable out and did the old extension cord thing, and that worked fine for a couple of days. But I got no water.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a big.
I can't shower. I can't poop.
Yeah. Well, you can. You just can't get rid of it.
Can't flush.
There you go.
And let me tell you, that's important.
It is definitely important.
Let's see. This is mine. So, John, how you been? You've been behaving?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just dealing with the rain, a little bit of chilliness. Not as much as you guys have been getting, but definitely starting to feel like fall now.
I bet.
By the way, I think I have all your leaves. You guys can come get them anytime now.
Yeah, you can come get your weather and we'll take the leaves back.
Pass. Keep the leaves.
No, that's why we have the wonderful Oklahoma wind. It blows it all your way.
Yeah. Well, it did a really good job this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to rake them. We just let the wind carry them to the next state.
I hear you. Yeah. So you guys still got snow on the ground, or is it all pretty much gone now?
No, we're down. We've been 75 degrees for a week now. So we're,
oh, wow.
Or what? Since Wednesday? When did it get warm? Thursday?
Thursday, it actually finally got up to 65.
Wow. Yeah. You guys were warmer than we were today then.
Are you looking at the 7209?
Pardon me?
The Generac 7209?
Oh, Don's checking.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look. We were originally looking at the 7043 package, but that didn't have the fancier transfer switch, which only is a couple $100 more. It might be that 7210 package.
It's 7209 at electricgeneratordepot.com. And it's $48.97 with Wi-Fi mobile link.
There's probably some subtle difference between the 7210 and the 7209.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, really all I need to do is go to Generac.com and look at what I'm getting. I can tell you. Now, what we're going to do, since we do have an all-electric house and we have electric heat and electric water heat, is we're going to put contactors on the main power going to the electric heat and contactor going to the water heater so it can load shed if necessary.
Yep. And that works out pretty well. We did all the I did a lot of that when we set it all up, and we found that we really didn't have to load shed anything. What we did was we just put in a separate panel. As a new house, we put a separate panel and put all the strips on the heat strips on that second panel, and that didn't go through the generator.
Yeah, but it gets cold enough here. I may need those.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And I think they're 2-stage. I think they come on.
Oh,
I think they come on, and one comes on, and then the other two come on, or something like that. So
what we have is the ones that if I've got the full meal deal running, like she's gone crazy and got both ovens going and the dryer going, and and all the other stuff, like at Christmas time or something, then it will have it's like a load share, but what it does is it stages the startup on it for a slower startup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The difference, that must be the 7210 package, Mark. And Lee, the difference is the 7209 is the generator. The 7209 is with the transfer panel. That's the only difference.
7210 is with the panel?
Yeah. 7210 is with the panel. Same generator.
Okay.
So you're looking at an extra $600 for the transfer.
Yeah,
$610 for the transfer.
This is $48.97.
Yeah, it's MSRP on Generac's website is $49.99 for the 7209. So that's still, they're not going to get I found they don't get a whole lot cheaper than what MSRP on Generac's website is, but there's that, and there's a place called Norwall, NORWALL.com. They carry everybody's generators.
Yeah.
Home Depot had those 22s cheaper than anybody when I built that 3 years ago.
Yeah, so we're going to go with the 24 just for the extra little capacity. And
does it? Something was different about the 24. Now that does have the Wi-Fi thing, which I guess could be fun, but
so far I haven't found any need for it.
No, it really doesn't. The need would be I want to shut off the heat strips remotely. That's the need.
Yeah.
I'm not at the house. I don't care about the heat strips.
Yeah.
Shut them off.
And honestly,
I haven't even seen it do that. The main thing I knew of is that, you could control it, like if you weren't at home or something and you wanted to shut it down, you could do that, and other stuff. But that was about the size of it.
Like most of those things, automated things, nobody uses them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The difference between the older technology 22 and the newer technology 24 with the newer technology panel is about not even $500.
The radio operator.
Yeah.
Well, there's Philly. Are we doing the net?
Oh, there we go.
Net time. It is.
Oh, the Cleveland County Amateur.
Signing in.
Yes.
Say again.
It's that time.
Yeah.
Check in.
And guys, I'm going to have to take my leave of you. I got to get a couple other things done here tonight so I can get prepared for tomorrow. So I will wish you gentlemen a good evening.
Take care, Lee. Be safe.
Good.
Yeah, I'll probably. I had other plans.
Nice to meet you.
I like living on the edge, man.
Right. Right.
All right, guys. Take care.
All righty. See you, Lee.
Easy.
See you, Lee.
See you, Lee. Looks like Mike says his audio is still frupped up. So he's Mike HXT has had some issues. So we'll make sure he.
Well, this has definitely been an audio night.
Yeah, it has been. Everybody's had audio problems.
Except Northern Mike. He come on with a grin and his was just working.
Michigan Mike.
Don, us Yankees, we got it going.
You wait next week, yours will really be messed up and all of us will be looking at you.
Except you don't have Braums up there.
Hey, baby, that's no kidding. We need to.
We're Sonic.
Lord that over him. Yeah, where would the nearest Braums be to you? Probably Missouri?
Kansas.
I have no idea.
I think they venture up into Kansas. That's about as far north as they want to go.
What's Braums?
Well, what's Braums? Oh my gosh, Braums!
Hey, I'm in Indiana, man. Just
I important. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Now, first off, Don, are you part of John, or are you two together, or are you separate? Don, do you know Don?
No, I don't.
Oh, I figured that you came in with Don's in Indianapolis. Where are you at, John?
I'm just south of Indianapolis. I'm about 20 miles south in a town called Franklin.
Oh, okay. I'm in Avon.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Neighbors just down the road.
Just
down
over
the
the
road,
airport.
basically.
So.
Don meet John. John meet Don.
Yeah, John, you and I could probably talk on a repeater. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's funny. Where did you find us, John? Just floating around the internet?
I signed up for the newsletter and just decided to jump on the net.
Oh, God.
I was actually, what I was doing is I was searching repeaters because I'm going on vacation at the end of the month and going to be driving through. So I wanted to find out what your repeaters were down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma City way, and found you guys and signed up for your newsletter.
Well, welcome. I figured Don drug you down here is what when you said Indianapolis.
No, I didn't even recognize. I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's good to meet another. This actually I think you're the first local ham that I've met. other than maybe a couple of guys at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's John. I'll let
Was
Yeah,
that-
we'll
say
let
again?
anybody in.
Uh,
We'll let anybody in. No, we're glad to have you. We've got guys that have come in from Canada and West Coast and East Coast, and it's kind of fun to do these things.
yeah, I have a 6 call, but I'm living in Indiana, which confuses everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I
Especially on
love.
HF. They're thinking, "Oh, I got a California contact." Oh no.
I'm keeping this 0 for a while. I like it.
There you go. See? Yeah, absolutely. All right. Excuse me for a minute.
To back up on previous discussion, because I was trying to say this and I was muted. To the best of my knowledge, the farthest northeast Braums is on I-35 in Emporia, Kansas. Because when we lived in Olathe, we would actually drive to Emporia just to freaking go to Braums.
Braums,
we drive an hour to go to Braums.
If there's one on 44, I'll find it.
Oh, there's all kinds of them, and you need to stop at a Braums. It's our local ice cream shop, and they're based out of Tuttle, Oklahoma, which is just west of us. And their philosophy is they will only put stores up as far as they can drive a truck to and deliver in a day, because they don't want to have anything go stale on them.
You know, that sounds like what In-N-Out Burger does. They won't deliver. They'll only drive an hour a day from their
really?
distribution centers. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, to keep their that's how they have their fresh burgers. So,
yep, that's the same thing with Braums. It's really good stuff. They have their cradle of grave. They have their own cows. They have their own milking barns. They have cattle staff. They do everything from the bottom up. Down south here in Ada.
They might have a new hay barn though.
Oh yeah, they burned that one down, didn't they?
Yeah.
They put it in as two. It was wet hay. They put wet hay in it and got it. Dummies.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
Never a good thing.
No.
Mark, wasn't it what 3,000 bales of hay
Or more. Yeah.
under
a
that
lot.
one cover?
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
we're talking scale. Okay, if you want an idea of scale, they have a farm out on the Texas Oklahoma side line out west, and that farm straddles the line because in Texas they have different laws than they do in Oklahoma. So the barns on one side and the fields on the other, because they can get away with different things on each side of the line, which is a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
But they put in, I did a class for some of their IT guys. They put in a half a mile long cow escalator. The cows get onto a little car, and it drives a half a mile to the barn. The cows get off and they get into the barn and they get milked. They come back out and get back on the little rail car and they go back to their fields. They said it saves them enough money to pay for that stupid thing.
Wow. Well, okay.
How does that save money?
Because they get more milk. If the cows had to walk all the way, the cows give less milk.
We'll put your barn closer to the field.
You don't understand how big this mess is.
They're talking about big business here. Yeah, they have
wait a minute. Do they give the cows like a newspaper or something to read on their commute?
No, and I asked them if they have a little card. Do they have to stick in the card to get onto the
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen those tags on their ears.
That would be a moose paper.
Wi-Fi.
Newspaper. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
FYI, by the way, FYI, the Tuttle Farm site is looking for a production manager.
There you go.
There we go, Mike. Come back, Mike.
Come back.
There we go. The building for the hay that was there likely contained more than 1,000 bales, and they're talking about big bales, the big round bales of hay.
Round bales.
And that's pretty much burned to the ground.
4x8 bales. I don't have a picture. Usually have a picture somewhere here. But yeah, this is big scale stuff. And it's really great milk. It's really great ice cream. So when you're driving through, Google a Braums as you come through and think of us as you go through. What are you driving through? You driving through?
And they have burgers too that makes In-N-Out look like crud.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Good food.
They don't cost friggin' $15 like In-N-Out Burgers does.
Hey, no, it's not $15.
Hey, the food is good. It is. The food is
Okay.
good. Hamburgers are good.
Yeah.
Food.
Sausage biscuits are awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow,
We
man.
had
Yeah,
some
well,
the other day. They're
that's
better
flat.
Sonic and McDonald's. I had one of those the other day.
Yeah, there's the fire. There's the whoops, moved. There's the hay fire, hair barn fire.
Yeah,
That stuff's nasty. That'll just go forever. But yeah, look up, Ron, where are you driving through? You going from I-44 all the way across to Oklahoma City?
44 to 40 and then across that way. Yeah.
Well, keep us in mind. We might come up there and eat a Braums hamburger with you on the way through. Is this by yourself or is it a big group or who's going?
No, it's just my wife and my 16-year-old son.
Oh, cool.
And I are gonna be driving out. My wife still has family in California. We're going out there to be out there with her stepmom. So
we're in California.
Southern California, south of LA, Newport Beach, Huntington Beach area.
Oh, okay. My mother-in-law's in Pismo Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pismo, that's where all the surfers go from Atascadero High School.
Yeah.
They would ditch class on Friday, especially when there was a storm out.
Yeah. Yep. And you go get a cinnamon roll. That's the big thing that you got to get there.
Yeah, we're just gonna go out there and frankly, I'm gonna go out there and play radio on the beach while my son goes out in the water. So
cool. Old West cinnamon rolls. That's where you need to go in Pismo if you make it that far north.
Okay.
You can even buy the mix and bring it home and make it yourself.
Well, see, I might just do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can order it online and do that and save the trip. I see Mr. Skaggs down there. And Earl popped in. Look at that.
Gary. Howdy. Wait. Which Earl?
No, that's Daryl you're talking about, and the other brother, Daryl.
I'm going to have to go. Thank you very much.
Hey, Ron, glad to talk to you. We'll see you a week from Tuesday.
Yep.
Wednesday. Feel free to stop by tomorrow if you just want to watch.
We will do that tomorrow. See you, Mike.
See you, Ron.
Who's the new guy with the club in here tonight?
Which new guy?
Yeah. Oh, we have more than one.
We have had John and Don. John, they're both from Indianapolis. How far are you guys apart?
Oh, he knows who I am. He just doesn't recognize the call sign.
Oh.
30 miles, Don? We're about 30 miles apart.
Don, your audio's off.
Try it again.
There we go. I can't seem to understand the difference between mute and unmute. You know, I never could. Mark will tell you that.
Yeah. As long as we have the mute button, we don't care.
I guess you say you're in Franklin. Yeah, probably 30 driving miles.
Yeah.
Maybe 20, 25 air miles.
Something like that.
So
yeah.
If you're by the airport, so that's. Yeah,
I mean, you take the Ron Reagan from the west end of the airport up a couple miles and over a couple miles, and you're here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Yep.
I'm actually really. Yeah, it's Avon, but if you know where the UPS depot is in Plainfield, I'm real close to that.
Oh, okay. Yep. I do. Yep.
N5 AZQ looks familiar. My God, I didn't realize I'd been out of the club that long.
Well,
do you recognize me yet?
I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if y'all are going to recognize me. I'm going to put the camera on.
Uh-oh, brace yourself.
Oh, God, help us. Let's see. Where's that button?
You hear big.
I'm trying to remember what your call sign was when you were here, Don.
Kilo Juliet 5 Kilo Bravo.
KJ5 KB. Yes, that rolls off now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So
I've seen we had this discussion the other night where Jeff K, I don't know what his call sign is now. Jeff White.
Jeff White. Okay. Yeah.
Has had seven calls in his lifetime, and it's like, what? How? Why? I don't even know what it is. KE5EB was the one he held for a long time, but it's not that anymore. It's W7.
Oh,
there he
Ray
is.
says two.
Either saying two or just peace.
I think this is my fourth.
Fourth call sign?
Yeah, but I like it. I got my call sign is no, don't look back. So
That's good.
And it's my initials. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've always kind of had a thing I like the zero calls, even though I'm from Atlanta.
Good. So what do you know, Mr. Skaggs? Are you wore out from moving in?
Well, it's an ongoing process. I drove the U-Haul down on Saturday and Saturday, and I had 3 strapping young men that helped me unload it Monday morning first thing. And so now it's a matter of unloading boxes and breaking the boxes down and putting them in the back of the pickup to take to recycle. I've already been to recycle once. Some of you will remember my Toyota Tacoma with the camper shell on the back.
Yep.
I went to recycle a week and a half ago, and it was completely full to the top of the camper shell with cardboard.
I thought you were going to say they recycled your truck.
They could have. It would have been easier. It would have been easier. Criminy, no. No, Linda's still in Breckenridge. Her mom is having issues. Her 100-year-old mom is having issues, and she's still in Breckenridge. So she's 600 miles north of here, and I'm down here, and I'm trying to move the debris out as much as I can before she gets down here. I was holding up 2 fingers a while ago because I've had exactly 2 calls in my lifetime. My first one was from the old days when it was a novice call, WN5ULK, and I became WB5 when I upgraded. So I've had 2.
Yeah, but technically that's not a change. You could not keep the WN for more than a year.
Hey, it cost me cards. I had to throw away a bunch of cards.
Oh, that's a good point. What was it, the little print shop?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it took 6 weeks to get those, and about the time I finally got them and started using them, I upgraded.
I've only had 1 call, so I got mine back in '96, and I've held on to it. And then I got invested in it because I started using it as ID, and well, here we are.
Yep. Yep. I
John,
can't tell you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't tell you how many accounts I've got all over the internet that's WB5ULK.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Won't tell anybody.
There's a lot of Garys out there, and not more than way more than 2 fistfuls of Gary Skaggs out there. But so far, there's only one WB5ULK so far.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I've held on to my call sign as long as I have.
Yeah.
Besides that, no one's going to take KF6EFG. I'm just sorry. Nobody's going to take that,
And besides, I'm getting old enough that I don't know that I could remember if I changed my calls.
Yeah, nobody would remember to change it. We would still use the old call sign.
Yeah.
W5BULK. No, that's wrong.
There you go. There you go. What
So,
Gordon called.
And aside on the Braums here for John, as you're coming down 44, you'll start hitting them in Springfield, Missouri.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Springfield, Joplin, and about every other exit from here to the Oklahoma State border, at the other end of the Oklahoma State border.
Well, we're stopping in Oklahoma City for overnight there, so I'll definitely have to look them up.
Yep.
There's actually a Braums in Denton as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're not going Denton. You're just going straight west, right?
Yeah, they have Braums all over Texas.
Yeah, Armadillo out that way, I think, has them.
Yeah, you can be in
There's-
Amarillo by morning.
Well, there you go. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
There you go. Hey, all right.
I have done that.
Gotta do biscuits and gravy for breakfast.
Well, if they're good, then that
That kind of thing. That's a Southern thing.
No, I totally understand.
Everybody likes B&G.
Yeah.
Us Ohioans get that at Bob Evans. So it's we've had it too. I've been a fan of B&G for years.
Well,
Like
there's an argument
dozens
to
of
be made that there's an argument to be made that Bob Evans doesn't make true biscuits and gravy.
They make their own version. I'll just put it that way.
Let's go. Okay, we'll go with that. All right. Yeah, they're
Hated
definitely not
Bob
Southern.
Evans many, many, many times as a kid. Yeah, and I wouldn't call their catfish very authentic either, but it's their own version. I mean, hey, it's an Ohio product basically. So I think they're a Northeast Ohio or North Central Ohio chain. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Well, they take a haddock and put whiskers on it.
It's just very, very small, thin pieces of catfish. It's not like you would get in Oklahoma or even in Kansas. It's not a nice, big, hearty chunk of catfish.
It actually, there's a cat in the vicinity, so they call it catfish.
It's about as much breading as it is fish. Slop enough tartar sauce on anything, it tastes good.
Okay. Oh, you're killing me.
Gary, you could use a little bit of light on your face there, man. Unless you just like sitting in the dark.
Well, not exactly dark, but you see the kitchen lights behind
Yeah,
me.
the lights behind you are killing you.
Yeah, you look like Anonymous or something.
That's okay.
There you go. That's better. I'd be even better, but the only light I've got to shine on me, I'd be going like this.
Well, if I have my desk lamp up, it makes me look like this. So
John, you're not exactly in focus.
I am not.
No, for some reason your camera has decided to focus on your background and not on you.
Really? Oh, that's not surprising at all, considering this is a stupid little webcam.
Yeah, play with it a while. Don't.
Is that better?
That's slightly better. Yeah.
Okay. Let me try it.
I'm nitpicky.
Okay. I can't really tell, so I got a little square like this that I'm looking through. Yeah.
No, John, I really don't think it's a problem. I think the problem with Don.
Yeah.
Well, anybody that knows me would probably say that as well.
Whiskey 5 means 5 whiskeys, right?
Something like that. And by the way, I presume my audio is good because nobody's been complaining.
No, it's good.
Can't hear you. What?
Maybe just too much of it, but
no, it's
That's
good.
the content count.
I know where that button's at, Don. Don't worry about it.
Quality versus quantity, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to, just sieve out about 10% of Don's stuff, and then you get a good night. So, Don, who are you working for now that you're up there? Is this, I forget now where you're at.
well, I am with the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA,
Okay.
at Indy Air Route Traffic Control Center.
Okay.
And now my background, as you know, but everybody else probably doesn't know, is a radar and communications tech, radar, radio, and comm lines, that kind of stuff. But what I do now is I work with those people. I'm in operations. So I'm the guy when the air traffic controller's on the floor at the artsy, or the center, as we call it. When they have a problem, they call me. Or if the tech says, "Hey, I got a problem with this equipment. Can you see if you can get it out of service for me so I can work on it?" They call me. And
you're the liaison between the two.
It's kind of trouble. It's trouble desk coordination liaison. Yes. So, Operation Center. We're the interface between technical operations, which is the techs, and air traffic.
So where do you actually sit? Are you in the tower? Or are you?
No, we're in the center.
You're in the center. Okay.
We're in the center. Now, see, at Indy is kind of unusual because the center is actually on the airport grounds.
Oh.
It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Cleveland Center is 30 freaking miles west of Cleveland, because everything's all remoted in there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not dealing with the traffic landing at Indy Airport. We're dealing with the traffic between Indy Airport and, say, Chicago, or wherever. And you wouldn't think the airspace around here would be very busy, but Indy itself is a busy cargo airport. Covington is a busy cargo airport. SDF in Louisville is a very busy cargo airport. And we deal with a lot of traffic going in and out of Memphis, although we don't deal with Memphis's airspace directly.
Yeah, we have a conference every 2 years down in Louisville, and man, that UPS hub there, those planes keep running in all day.
Well, and DHL is now moved from Wilmington to Covington, and which is the Northern Kentucky airport, which is the Cincinnati airport, which is actually in Kentucky. But DHL's running a lot of planes out of there, and they're doing a lot more business than they used to be.
So are you on comms, or are you on radar, or are you on both?
I'm on the phone.
No, but I mean, what systems, when a system breaks, is it the radar or the comms?
Yes.
Okay, so you're on both.
I mean, yeah, we deal with everything from radars to toasters.
Oh, you got the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if the toilet's clogged, they call me.
Oh.
If the radar's broke, they probably don't call me, because I already saw that the radar was broken, and I can hear the screaming from across the room. But and actually that doesn't happen because the radars are so mosaicked. We've got so much overlapping coverage between the radars and the ADS-B coming from the airplanes that generally, if they lose one radar, we're going to see it before they do.
Yeah, nobody knows it. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't see it.
So
most things are covered by at least three sources, if not 4 or 5.
Don, you don't work out of the building then across the freeway from the airport then, where the radar dome is?
We're on the northeast side of the airfield, if that helps you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Northeast side. Okay. Over by the old terminal then.
Yeah, we're just north of the old terminal, more or less.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, there's let's see, we've got the ASR, you got Indy ASR, that's the orange one that's spinning around.
Right.
On the south side of the freeway. And you got a NexRad and a NexRad 88D and a TDWR, the TDW terminal Doppler weather radar.
Right.
That belongs to the FAA. The 88D NexRad belongs to the local weather service office.
Okay.
So, and then we have a long range that you can't see from the highway, but you can see from our building, which probably was built in the middle of a field back when it was built.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by housing developments now.
Yeah. Go figure, right?
So
booming. Yeah.
That probably didn't mean anything to anybody but John, but
yeah.
Extra ground clutter.
Yes, indeed.
Ground clutter.
Indeed, it's a good thing that's a long range radar and it's not trying to get the. Actually, we get a feed from the local Indy terminal radar as well to get our close in stuff.
So do you mess with Phil at all with any of his microwave stuff?
No, well, not anymore. Used to all the time. But number one, a lot of that microwave stuff has either gone away and gone to landline,
Yeah, that's what he's moving.
or
on.
it has gone to contract maintenance.
Yep,
For the
that's-
few places where we do need a microwave shot as a backup, they've contracted it out.
Yep.
And they use it in some cases as a backup to the backup for really important stuff. Usually for radar feeds.
Yeah, it's still. I guess it's 8 to 9:30 out there. You'd think I'd start seeing the UPS stuff coming into Louisville. Bless you.
Excuse me.
That came out my ear.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm the one having a bad allergy day, and I'm actually doing pretty good. Maybe I need another beer.
Send one down to John. That might help him.
I'll throw it over to you, John.
There you go. All right, here we go.
Toss you some Zyrtec as well.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, beer and Benadryl is not a good kind of combination.
No.
Well, you can do it once.
Oh yeah, you can do it. Yeah. If you're lucky, you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So how long have you been back in the Indy area then?
a little over a year now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were previous job was I was outside of southwest side of Kansas City, Olathe, Kansas.
Yeah.
Working not in the center, but we were actually working in the operation in one of our operations control centers.
Mm-hmm.
I did a somewhat similar job, coordination and trouble calls and things like that, but it was for what we call outside the fence. You know, everything I deal with is pretty much, I might have to deal with a radar that's feeding me, but most of the stuff I deal with is inside our little fence.
Right.
So we call that inside the fence. Now the outside the fence of stuff would be, for example, that orange ASR spinning out there at Indy, or the TDWR down the road that is feeding, that's primary purpose is to feed Indy approach,
right.
Indy tower.
Right.
And that's called outside the fence. So when those guys at Indy ASR need to take their radar down, they would have called me in Kansas. So we dealt with the whole central third of the U.S.
Oh, okay.
But the big difference with the job I'm doing now is we actually have a whole wall of screens and monitors, and we're actually monitoring our own equipment directly versus where I was in Kansas. We were monitoring some equipment.
Yeah.
But most of it was taking calls and coordinating outages. So
makes sense.
I just probably over-explained the hell out of that.
No, I understand it. No, I do. One, I have a friend that used to, I don't know if he still is or not. He used to be a FAA controller, so he's probably one of the people that have yelled at you at some point in time.
Yelled to me anyway, hopefully.
Yeah. and I work in IT, so I mean I understand networking and that kind of monitoring systems, or I have an idea of how those monitoring systems work. Let's put it that way. So
what do you do for IT? Where are you working at?
I work at a pharmaceutical plant down in Seymour, which is about 35 miles south of my location.
Seymour.
Yes, Seymour.
I had an uncle that was in Seymour 40 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. But I do desktop support down there, which okay.
God love you.
The role is I do desktop support. I basically support everything from the desktop all the way through into some applications because we are very shorthanded right now. So I've been there 12 years, 13 years. So I've pretty much touched everything in that plant, which is very disturbing in so many levels. But so yeah. I mean, I've had my hand in everything from swapping out network switches to, let's see, we're on our third hardware and software refresh right now. So I deal with a lot of I deal with a lot of people in PCs a lot. So
do you deal with the machine? Do you have any powder machines? Are you making powder machine equipment or
No. We manufacture pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. But do you use any of the powders? We have a plant here in Norman, Avera, that does pills and powder stuff. And I knew the IT guys here, and they would get machines that would just be full of that powder.
They tend to, they have to clean them out before they can. If it's in what's called the GMP or production area, they have to clean them before we can. If they're in a high dust content area, because some of the incipients and main ingredients are rather harsh on the human body if you absorb them through your skin. So it's kind of a
worse than
hey,
Benadryl.
look at that light. What's that? Say it again.
I said a lot worse than Benadryl.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So they all get cleaned out before we get them, and half the time they're damaged anyway. So it doesn't. By the time I get them, they're so damaged and they end up retiring them. So
yeah, that's what they had. Power supplies would get just so full of stuff that they would just say, nah, let's just put a new one in there.
Well, some machines I've swapped out. The powder is so coarse, it just tears up the connections and connectors on the main boards, and it's it'll at the worst I've seen them short out, and well, I guess the worst hasn't been seeing them short out. Was kind of a byproduct, but I've just seen them where the solder is completely wiped out of joints, and components are just totally trashed after they blow them out and blow them clean.
Hey, catch fire more.
Yeah,
John, you and Mark might enjoy this. There were 2 ads in the Brownsville paper this morning for jobs at SpaceX.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Okay, let me describe from it is burned into my memory. One of the jobs, they want you to be able to install, maintain, update, etc. ad nauseum Windows boxes. They also want you to be able to manage networking equipment. They want you to be able to configure said Windows and oh, by the way, Apple machine, as well as configure the network. And beyond that, you need to be able to not only crimp network connections on end of RJ8 cables or RJ whatever you're going to use, you need to be able to do the bonding of fiber optic cables.
I'm it, man. Let's go.
Okay, but here's the kicker.
Put your spare bedroom up, Betty.
No. Here's the kicker. It's a 6-month job.
That's all right. I can go down there for that.
Yeah. You better be paying really well.
It's a 10th job.
What are they paying?
They don't say. You have to interview with them to find out. SpaceX is 10 miles from my front porch.
Wow, that's
SpaceX, Texas. Cool. Yeah, the Boca Chica plant.
Mark, don't go for anything less than 150,000.
All right. I had an offer to do cruise ships back in the day before they had computers on them. They would put you on a cruise ship, and you just run wires all night and do whatever you needed to during the day. I don't remember how much, but that was back then. But that was.
While the cruise has gone going, you're pulling cable.
Yeah. They would put you into a port, and they put you in with just boxes of cable and equipment, and then you would just ride around with the ship wherever it went, and whenever you finished up that job, they would you'd say, hey, I'm in whatever time, week or whatever it is, I'm going to be finished, and you'd jump off the ship somewhere, another ship would come in, and they'd have equipment sent down to you, and off you go, and run it all together. And I thought that was kind of a cool way to do that.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Oh, yeah, I don't think so. The more you think about it, it's like, oh no. No.
When I was 40 years younger, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I still don't know. Bull cables can kind of suck.
Well, yeah, pulling cable sucks. I was just thinking about the free ship ride, but even that.
Yeah.
There's a reason I joined the Air Force, not the Navy.
There you go.
Yeah,
See?
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Hey,
guys,
Gary, you should get some launches this week, I think, or some some. There's the live shot. Some engine tests, I think, this week.
You know, I've been listening for some of the engine tests, and I really haven't heard any. And for the most part, the prevailing wind here is from the southeast, and so I would think I would hear them, but I just haven't heard them. And I'm not that deaf yet.
Hey, guys, I'm going to step out.
All right, man. Glad you came back. Glad you got your stuff up and running.
Yep. Going to keep working on getting the Wi-Fi going on all the other equipment.
Good luck.
Yeah. And I will catch up with you guys next week.
Good to see you, man.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
Take care.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
What
So
is
is
the-
this a
what is
weekly
the al-
activity?
This is a weekly activity.
Awesome.
It is what we call an Elmer night. And the idea is that we Elmer stuff. Tonight hasn't been much radio stuff, but
Yeah, say talk about radio once in a while.
yeah, no, you got something? Go for it, man.
Hey, I'm winding my transformer for the QCX.
All right.
Cool.
But yeah, we typically, the idea is the Elmernet, we do this in person, or we did this in person every Tuesday night for years. And we would get new guys that would show up and help them with the radios and program them and all that stuff. And then COVID came, so we started doing it on Zoom. And we've kind of done a few of these co-located, but our goal is to keep this up when we get back into real world conditions. We've got access to a firehouse here that's got a training center that has a big screen, and we just run the big screen and do the remote stuff. And we typically get one or two new folks that are, I've never touched a radio before, that'll show up, and we don't scare them off too much. And we do this Thursday, we're going to do a set of tests, VE tests. Every first Thursday of the month, we do a testing session. And we'll, people get on here. We've had them share their screen where I'm trying to do FT8, and they'll share the screen, and somebody will say, hey, here's your problem, do this, whack, and actually do remote repairs on amateur radio stuff. And most of the time it's more amateur radio related than generators and ice storms and all this other crazy stuff. But nobody had. You have any amateur radio problems we can fix you with? Or
not right now. No, I'm actually, I'm trying to wind down my projects activity right now because I am leaving town.
Yep. But yeah, if you're welcome to come, you stop by.
Absolutely.
We're open. It's always fun. We end up learning something new from everybody. So works out pretty well.
Well, good. Cause this nice bunch of people, and have a good time. So
there you
I
go.
want to know what Larry's doing on my shop though.
Larry has a nice shop that he's building up there. And
because I swear it looks that wreckage looks like my place.
See, that's new wreckage. He's only been in there like 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't know how he trashes it out that quick, but I'm proud of him.
Hey, he's an amateur radio hobbyist.
Yeah.
Come on.
And there's a lot more to the left. Do what?
I said the other side is the brother-in-law's.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a nice shop built up there. Ken's out there with his he claims it's a train background he does HO train stuff, and they have a big display that he's stolen some clouds from the thing. I think he's just his hippy dippy side.
Well, I grew up in the 60s.
He got a QCX from QRP Labs this week, and he's putting it together. So
nice. So are the instructions as well written as they say they are?
They're beautiful.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. The instruction set is a work of art in its own right, and the equipment is very nicely made. And there's a lot of support out there on it. So
yeah,
I'm very hopeful that this will give me a hardcore excuse to get my CW working.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on my CW myself. So
well, it sure turned out a lot harder with an old brain than I thought it would be. It was easier when I did it back in the 70s and had my novice, but I never.
You had to back then.
I know, but but of course it was 5 words, and I probably never would have got past 5 words per minute. But
yeah, the whole irony of CW is that it's almost more popular now than it was back when you had to take your license.
It's crazy now.
Yeah.
We've got part of the website. I've got a learn more piece, and I've put out 18,500 emails for people across the world, messages out for them on that Morse deal in the last couple of years, and it's just crazy how many people jump in and do that stuff. I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
I did it for one of our club meetings. Okay, we'll have 5 or 6 of our guys do it. And then it got caught on some QRZ or something. And we've got 18,500 emails later. It's still churning out stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we got a Monday nights. We're doing a CW class or actually not a class. It's a study group. It's supposed to be there to nag people to make sure that they keep doing their thing. And then in January, we're going to do some on the air nets when everybody gets up to speed.
Cool. That sounds really good.
Yep. I don't know. They got a fire going there, Gary. Is it too late to leave your house? Maybe that's just a bright light.
Oh, it looks like fire.
Yeah.
It's definitely cold enough here to have fire for about the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these guys play with kerosene. Lots of kerosene.
Yeah, these are professional fires.
Yeah. I don't know when they're supposed to. I don't remember when they're supposed to do. This looks like they're actually doing something because here in the top left it says
Pad's clear and
yeah,
it's a farm vent.
Yeah,
is that what that says?
Yeah, and SNB, SN8, SN8 this is called serial number 8, as they call it, SN8. So it should be venting shortly.
I guess I didn't realize they're on Boca Chica. They must be on the north side of the highway there on Boca Chica. Well, Google Maps is probably my friend.
Yeah, if you Google it, I know you can find it because it's down there, and they're just starting to take over that whole area. They send an email out to everybody in that area. It says, by the way, we're going to be test firing between this time and this time, and you must be outside of your house or window damage may kill you. But this is the guy. This one's supposed to go up to, I think it's supposed to fire up to 60,000 feet and then tumble back to Earth and catch on the rockets and land in the same area where it took off shortly. I mean, next week or two. They just did they either just did or they're doing there's 3 of those motors in there, those kerosene motors in there that they're doing live fire tests to make sure the motors are good.
Yeah, it's amazing what they've done.
I agree.
They're not motors, they are engines.
Oh, they are. I get that backwards. Ships and boats and motors and engines and oh my goodness.
Well, obviously, I had the wrong Boca Chica.
Boca Chica. This is Boca
You're
Chica,
looking at a beach, aren't you?
Texas.
Not the Navy base.
No. This is go to Mexico, turn around 20, 30 steps, and you're back in. You're there. It's way down there.
I told you Google would be my friend.
Yeah. Let's see where they. And Gary's just about 10 miles north of there, I think.
Northwest.
Northwest.
Yep.
Northeast would put you in the middle of the ocean, right?
Yes. Actually, if big if I could hit the golf ball 300 yards, I could tee it up in my backyard and hit it in the salt water. Laguna Madre is right over there.
Oh my!
But I can't hit a golf ball 300 yards, so there's that.
No, you
So
don't.
the fish are safe then. Is that what you're saying?
You just need to build a spud gun, something
There you
like that,
go.
and shoot it with one of those.
No.
I can do a driver and a pitching wedge, and I'm there. I'm good.
No, you're on a Zoom call. Nobody can improve it. Just say I can hit 300-yard drive, and I'm good.
No.
Me and John Daly were tight. That's kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're Laguna Vista. You're like right here.
See, Royer.
So you're literally like right across. All you got to do is look southwest, and you should be able to see the fire when that thing goes up.
Yes. If you put in 66 Whooping Crane Drive, you'll find exactly where I live because I'm the person who dropped the pin for it. If you're in Google, you're in Bing.
I'm in Bing. Hold on, let's go.
It'll probably not work.
Let's
Go ahead,
go.
try
It'll
it.
fine.
Looks
You
like
wanna
in
see it?
Bing.
Let's see.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like.
Whopping Crane. That's not right.
No, two O's, Nimrod, one P.
Yeah. There's Whooping Crane Dur.
Yeah, it's offset. See where the hump there is in the top of that?
Yeah.
Go right. No. Move over to the right.
Okay.
Right
The
there.
other right.
Hump right there. I'm at the top of that hump.
Oh.
Yep.
That's a good way to know your address. I'm at the top of the hump. Go for it. Got it.
Hard to argue with that, isn't it?
No,
Mhm.
yeah.
No, if you go to Google, it's dropped right in the right place.
My goodness, let's see.
I don't know that if you go to Google on your computer, will it burst into flame?
Nah, it just won't work right.
Okay.
It just crap out, and I'll have to go use Bing again.
You run Windows, don't you? I can tell.
Yeah. Well, I run a lot of stuff, but this is Windows. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I found out today. I learned that there's actually a Linux package for Zoom has a Linux package. So
yeah.
I did not know that.
Remember early on we were talking about the Raspberry Pi 400.
Right.
One of the big uses there is a student computer where you just put a monitor and a power supply on it, and
Right.
it will run. It has a Zoom package that is tuned just for that device, is what they said.
Nice.
So that for kiddos, that hump. I see what you're talking
There you
about.
Go.
Yeah, but that one you don't see the Risaka there on that one. That's all water behind me. But that's 300 yards from my backyard to the. Now I'm pointing. You have to understand. I'm pointing.
Yeah.
From my
You old
backyard.
guys, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can't-
okay, what does a reservoir do for us? Does that just like in a hurricane? It just kind of absorbs all the stuff coming into the cove and keeps you from flooding?
Yes, in fact, that is a right now. There's not a lick of water in it.
Okay, so that's a dry kind of thing.
It's a dry thing, and basically it catches water coming from the west. If anything comes from that direction. But if they look like they're going to have a long dry spell, then the water district will fill that sucker up.
Is this water plant that we're looking at here?
Yes, it is.
So you drink this nonsense?
Not directly.
Okay. Just checking.
Hey, Phil, you need a shave.
I need to shave this morning.
No, you need a shave.
Oh, I all grew back. Look at that. At least he didn't get a look at my butt. Not yet, anyway. God.
Working on it.
Hang on. I might have to change the rating on this video.
There's the Resaca right there behind the house.
What's a Resaca? That's what we call a lake or a pond?
It's kind of leftover water that can't get anywhere else.
Okay. So that's like a drainage pond for the rest of us.
You know, some of that stuff that come out of a well somewhere.
Yeah, it has. It has. But the nice thing is that every once in a while I get a 5-gallon bucket of minnows and dump in there, and it's attracting more fish. I mean, more birds.
Ah. So that's freshwater, or
it's brackish.
Brackish, okay.
Yeah, but it's not salty enough that you can't put minnows in there and them survive.
Okay.
And they'll beget more minnows and there'll be more birds. And so that's my goal in life, is to make that a fishing pond. And all I have to do is go out in the back of the house and throw a line in.
And they'll take you to jail because you don't have a permit.
It's exactly right.
So there's you. You're out there.
Pretty hot to the cot. Just
yeah. Yeah, that's not sounding bad.
And you can find SpaceX.
Oh, there's
right
Walmart. Okay, so you got to go past the Walmart to get to SpaceX.
Yes. Actually, if you go past the Walmart, you can't get there because there's a ship channel there.
That's what I was just saying. Oh, look, you got to go way south or way.
You got to go to Brownsville and come back to get SpaceX.
No kidding.
Yeah, no.
Well,
no.
you could put your little kayak out there, and you could kayak over there.
Well, I could also have a glider and get there too, but that's another thing altogether.
Yeah, but that would take skill, and I don't know. That ain't gonna happen. These little ponds are kind of weird. I don't know that I understand that, but
well, let's just say that the elevation of my backyard is all of 12 feet.
Oh,
yeah.
So when they say 12-foot storm swell, we should watch.
Yeah, it'd be lapping at my back patio.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So
fortunately,
wait too
South
far
Padre Island's in the way to hold down the big swells, the big surges.
Okay. So where is Boca Chica?
Well, where it says SpaceX, whatever it is, SpaceX, the word goes right across Boca Chica Beach.
Oh, I don't see SpaceX.
Well, right there where that Chingus is, isn't it?
I don't know.
Where that red mark is?
That's Coppernick Shores is what that says. Oh, Boca, no. There's wildlife management. Did somebody really donate that land to them, so that's why they went down there?
I have no idea.
That's a story I heard.
Is it bordering that state park there?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, because it won't be here.
Channel,
there won't be any video. Yeah.
So if you go back to that channel and then head to the right and north, there you go, right over there.
See, there probably won't be on the video. That's probably it, because it's not.
If they're having a launch, the road's closed all day long.
Yep, that's what it was saying on that other video. Was that the road was closed.
Because you know they're gonna do testing. They're gonna pre-fuel the sucker and the whole bit. And you know, if you happen to live over there, sucks to be you. You just can't get there from Brownsville, nor can you get out.
Boca Chica Boulevard. That's what they talk about. There's a state park, so it must be this. See, if this was Bing, it would have all this crap labeled. But cheap and Christmas.
Well, go switch over to the satellite view. Now
See, this
zoom
is-
in, and you'll see
Oh.
the launch pad.
Looks like a golf course.
Except it's all.
Is that the
bracket-
golf course? That's not it.
No, scroll up right there. That's the complex around it, right there. No, you went past it. Go back down.
Okay.
That's the complex around SpaceX right there with all that stuff.
Oh, this stuff here, the Copernic
Yeah.
Shores.
Yes.
Oh,
It's buried in there.
got it right there. Yeah, I'm getting it. There you go. Holy cow! And then this is this like Tom and Fred and Bill that just live here and they got to deal with this?
Uh-huh.
Right in their backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Talk about having a close-up view.
No, that's the group that gets the emails. Let me go find one of those that says, stay away from your glass or you'll die, or whatever the heck the thing says. Holy cow! I didn't realize it was that close to A, you, and B, them.
Uh-huh.
Well, Gary, it's been nice knowing you. I'm glad you got all moved in before you die. Well,
let me just say that if I go, the folks in Brownsville is going to be the much bigger story.
my mother-in-law is out there in Pismo Beach, and they have Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant. And I always think it's funny they named it Diablo Canyon for a nuclear power plant. But
I
she's
think it was named that before the plant got there.
oh okay.
Well, they named the canyon, sure, but
yeah. But she's within the 45-minute evacuation thing, if the place goes nuts. And once a month she gets a phone call. Hi, this is the test to make sure your phone still works, that you could be 45 minutes from death. See you later. Bye.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. Bye. Where is that SpaceX thing?
there's a low power plant called San Onofre down the coast from where I grew up, that they used to monthly have drills, and when it was in full operation, they've turned it down, and been taking it apart, but because Camp Pendleton is right just south of there.
Oh yeah.
They'd have the Marines come up and sweep the beach, because it's a restricted area and all the surfers like to go out there and surf it because the waves are really good. So, but the Marines come through with the Amtraks and clear them all out before they do their exercises, which was hilarious because people would hide out there trying to get away from them.
Nothing to see here. Yeah. Boom, you're dead. Okay.
There was a very good chance of a blue wave, total by blowout, early night. And I think, of course, specific about this, and I think we probably spend the next couple of months doing that because we're
But yeah, that's man, that is close, Gary. That's you're 10 miles away. You need to get you a long lens and just point it that way. Would you be higher than that or no?
Why is this a problem?
No.
Because
No, I mean everything is flat between here and there.
Okay.
Some of the dunes down there along the Rio Grande may be taller than 12 feet, and probably are, but it's not like I can stand on the porch and see it. We do have trees.
Climb one of those and take a look.
And not this fat boy.
Get
No
on the
guts,
roof.
no glory, sir.
Yeah, it's all about us. There is a gal that does that video, that live video, it's somewhere, I guess, in that Boca Chica little housing edition, that runs that webcam 24 hours a day.
that's really bad. And it's something that we need to fix. And the obvious part is something we said we were going to correct in 2016, which is we don't know anything. And so you really got to sit and watch it.
Well,
but like, you know, it's kind of embarrassing.
You done, Phil?
It's 9 o'clock, and I know where my kid is. Right there.
There you go. There it is. SpaceX crew.
See you guys next time. I
See you next
actually get to work tomorrow.
Oh, really? Good for you.
Internet came back.
Oh, you've been out of the internet till just now?
Oh, Cox has been out, all week. I worked on my hotspot on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Until I ran out of minutes or megabytes.
Oh.
Then I had to call AT&T and buy more megabytes.
Oh.
I just want y'all to know that while y'all were having the ice storm back there,
yeah,
and oh, by the way, the people that bought our house, that they lost some limbs on one of the trees that was right next to the house. I was sad to say, but on that day that y'all were having the ice storm, it was only 85 here.
Yeah.
Nice sky.
Yeah.
And humidity was 95.
Actually, that might be a little low, Phil. in late August, when we first got in the house, early September, when we turned the air conditioner down to sleep at night, right? The roof sweats.
Oh, cheapers.
I look out the back patio towards the pool and there's water dripping off the roof. It's so humid. It condenses in the roof and rolls off. Exactly.
So normal inside air temperature is below the dew point there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when I crank the AC down.
It's raining.
Hey, so
we have a separate air conditioning unit for the bedroom for the master suite because we like to sleep cold. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So do you have problems with mold in your attics then?
No, because instead of doing bat insulation on top of the ceiling, we did spray foam on the underside of the roof.
So you don't have condensation building on the inside of your inside of your attic?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Nice.
Nope. The attic, actually the attic above the house is visqueened off from over the garage. Mm-hmm. And the attic is just a few degrees warmer than what it is in the house.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that spray foam's nice.
Yep. And I'm not going to be able to do anything in the yard yet with my flagpole antenna, but I got my tall ladder now, so I can get up in the attic, which is the access is through my closet. And I'll be putting up some antennas in the attic. Depends on if I go back to Breckenridge and fetch Linda or if she comes down on her own. All depends.
Does she have wheels to come down?
Well, she does, but there's mitigating factors. Her 100-year-old mother is in the hospital, so
oh no,
we don't know how that's going to play out. Yeah.
Oh no.
You know, okay, so my next door neighbor came over, Bonnie, and we were talking, and she said, somehow or other we got around to talking about insurance. They're from Iowa. Now, if you're from Iowa and you move to far South Texas, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
And see,
you're not in Kansas anymore.
Exactly. We were talking about insurance, and she said, "Do you have life insurance on Linda?" I said, "Heck no, I got life insurance on me." I mean, her mother is 100 years old. Her Linda's great grandmother lived to be 102, and her grandmother lived to be 98. I don't have a chance.
I ain't got a chance.
I'm going to be the worms are going to be done with me by the time Linda dies. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
There's your note, Gary. So if you're hearing these things, you might consider that. I love their term is they may create an overpressure event.
Yeah,
that can break windows.
Yeah, like when the one blew up on the pad the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit of overpressure.
like 100 atmospheres.
It was.
Probably close.
Well, I think it blew its top. I think that it ruptured on the side, but the top came off as a consequence of it. But fortunately, it ruptured on the side first, or the top may have flown into those houses over there as well.
Yeah, these guys that are sitting outside like they're being told to might have had to run.
No, I've got all my crap in the study in there. It's just that I'll hopefully get around to messing with it tomorrow or the next day and trying to sort it out. So I actually got the box that has the flex in it moved in there today. So making progress.
You found the flex back. That's the important part.
I found the flex, exactly. I found the flex. I just need aerials now.
You know,
Gentlemen?
I bet you there's a couple places like Home Depot that would have some wire for you.
Well, the problem is putting it up.
Yeah.
And the reason why the flagpole is going up is because this is an HOA.
I'm sorry.
As the builder, well, I was talking to the builder about it. I said, so can I have a flagpole? He said, sure. You know, all you do is you apply to the HOA and they're gonna pencil whip a flagpole for you. That's no big deal. Says, even if it's got an antenna on the inside. And he leaned over and looked at me and said, it's a flagpole, right? And I said, yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't live in an HOA, but my backyard is the size of maybe a garage. So I've got a vertical standing up in the back.
Well, like my barbecue pit in the backyard.
Yeah.
I got 8,000 pounds of concrete in the backyard marked barbecue pit.
There you go. There you go. Mine's going to be out by the street, and I've got two 2-inch conduits that have run out there where the flagpole is going to sit. And one of them's going to have power, and the other one's going to have coax.
There you go.
Yep.
There's your antenna. There's his antenna. Gray line.
Yep, it's the gray line, the 28-footer.
Cool. So I can have a tuner at the base?
Yes, sir. I've got an SGC tuner that I'm going to put under a fake rock.
Excellent.
Yep.
Real tuner, fake rock, right?
Real tuner, fake rock, and it's approved by Linda, so it's all good.
There you go.
Yeah, we looked at this whole thing the other day trying to figure it out, Gary, and you're going to have to send us a copy of the instructions because Ken and I were scratching our head trying to figure out.
I got the.
Did you figure it out? What is it? Dipole all the way up?
Oh, you're not talking to Ken. You're talking to me.
Oh, no, no, Ken and I 2 or 3 weeks ago were trying to figure out how this silly antenna worked with no radios.
It's an off-center fed dipole.
So this insulator thing is how far off the ground?
In this case, not quite 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, so the insulator's that far up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the feed point. It's with a 450 ohm window line that feeds right there, and the short part is at the bottom, and the long part of the off-center fed dipole is at the top.
And then that's what goes to the tuner is the 450.
I'm sorry?
The tuner gets the 450, the 450 ohm feed line.
Royer.
Okay.
Stop here. Gotta go, fellows.
See ya, Mikey. Have a good week.
See y'all next week.
All right.
Miss me. I gotta go too.
Yeah, probably time. We're looking at the clock. And we'll,
Somebody's gotta go to bed.
yeah, turn into a pumpkin.
Some of us still have to work.
I've got a.
No, but
I've got
Sarah's
a.
trying to sleep in the next round. So.
Oh, night, Sarah. I've got to go. I've got to go update a server from 2016 to 2019 tonight. So.
Oh boy.
Let's see how that works.
Oh, yeah. Good
How
luck
many
with that.
How many times you gonna update it?
Hopefully just one. I did a test today off of, it's a virtual machine, so I restored a
backups first.
Yeah, exactly. I did a Hyper-V clone, and it worked out just fine. So that means it'll poof out pretty quickly.
All right, I'm gone too, guys.
All right.
See, Wayne, be good. Be good. I got, let's see, 10:40 that backup starts. Yeah, I got it another hour. So,
Bye-bye.
Bye. Glad you came, John. Good to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. All right.
And stay
Someday
in
I'll
touch.
get an antenna up that will actually stay.
Yeah, no kidding, Wayne. You had a bad week. Put it up Saturday and it was down on Tuesday.
Oh man, really that fast? Ouch.
Yeah, that was his. That's his.
Put it up right as the ice storm came in.
Ah, man. I saw the. I think I saw the picture of it.
Yeah, that one.
That's it.
Yes. Ouch. Yeah, and I take it that black curved line is the end of the radiator. Oh.
Oh, hang on. There we go.
Actually, no. Which black curved line are you
This one
talking
coming down here.
Yeah, that one.
That's the steel mast.
That
That's the mast. It bent. It actually bent right in between the guy lines. There's a guy line at the top and a guy line right underneath the bottom mount. And it just got a lot of ice on it.
Right.
Right.
Ouch.
Became an inverted U, and the very tip of the antenna was buried 15 inches in the ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys have wind with that ice storm?
Not
Yeah,
very much.
Well,
Well,
after
it melted.
Yeah.
We had 5 inches of rain.
Well, that's true. And what you call wind and what we call wind are two different things.
I suspect so.
We're talking 15 to 20 miles an hour is not wind down here.
Ah, okay.
That's
That's a
Tuesday.
breezy day.
That's a breezy day.
That's Tuesday. But yeah, he got that thing up Saturday and never even hooked the coax up to it.
Oh man,
Typical.
that was painful.
It is gorgeous.
I was visiting in Maine one year anyway, when my kids were little, and the tail end of a hurricane came straight in the state line between New Hampshire and Maine with 35-mile-an-hour wind. They had the National Guard out. Power outages.
Yeah.
It was a whole like a big storm. That was a nice breezy day here.
Yeah.
I'm going really this time.
Okay, see you later, Roy.
Adios.
Be good.
Hey, Don's got cats too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
3. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this used to be a 300-foot tower that came down Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
the first 38 turns on my transformer.
Hey, good for you.
It's kind of small. As it gets closer to me, you can kind of get
You can round them up to
a
40.
little guy.
It's how many is supposed to be on there?
38. So
Oh,
the
good
first
job.
for that winding.
Yeah.
Now I've got 3 more windings to put on, but they're all 5-turn windings. So. But I'm going blind trying to do it and count them.
Nifty.
Yeah, growing up, we used to have I'm sure you've heard of them, called Santa Ana winds out in Southern California. Yeah, those are some pretty awesome winds. You have 3 or 4 days of 75-mile-an-hour gusts and 75 to 90-mile-an-hour gusts, and it knocked down a whole lot of stuff.
Takes
the
Widowmakers down.
Yeah. But out here in Midwest, we get that occasionally, but nothing real strong. Nothing that strong. Unless we have a tornado coming through, then all bets are off. So
question. What is the altitude of the OU repeater?
Which OU repeater?
So you have a repeater? I think they have a stub of an antenna.
Or better yet, where's a good location at the FCC website where I could look up repeater?
For us, for our stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking for GPS coordinates. I finally found some, but I thought I should be able to look up repeaters up on the FCC website, but I was wrong.
Oh, no, FCC doesn't care about repeaters.
The only thing in their database is a license number.
Yeah, because they won't. The only thing that might be close would be repeater guide or
Repeater
ORSI.
book, right?
A repeater book. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Repeater book or ORSI, ORSI.
Yeah, ORSI. Or ORSI is where I'm at right now. I've been up in repeater book, looking up some other stuff. If you've been watching my screen, I've been doing learning how to do radio link study for a friend to see what repeaters she can get into. And I'm still trying to figure this out.
There is a site that oh gosh, I don't remember what it is, but it shows it'll show propagation for repeaters. Basically, you input the location of the repeater, and it'll show what the propagation strength is. Oh, now you're gonna make me look it up. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of those programs out there.
Yeah.
Some are good. Most of them suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it.
It's a first rattle.
The one they gave me to use sucks.
Yeah. The one that's on the Brandmeister is pretty darn good. That one's pretty accurate. I don't remember who they use.
Let's see here.
So Don, how's Indy Center? You're muted.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just trying to be quiet because they're sleeping next door. But yeah, that's keeping me occupied. It's a good move.
Good. And Indy was always kind of a enigma because they didn't have a lot of problems. They didn't cause a lot of problems, and we always wondered what's wrong with them.
Well, they got good techs out there.
Yeah.
They know keep your head down. Buy good techs, keep them fed, and you're in good shape.
Don't feed them after midnight.
No water sometime. I don't know what that is.
Be very careful with the beer.
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, that's Oakland.
So there's Norman's DMR.
That's splatter chart.
R Finder is who does Cloud RF. That's the one who does
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Cloud
Is that
RF.
yours?
That's what I was
Cloud
looking
RF.
for. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's not bad for the DMR stuff. I've done a bunch of those and checked them out, and they're pretty darn good. Yeah. You can argue the edges. I mean, I did FM antenna or FM surveys for FM stations many years ago, and we would always argue with the stuff that was the engineers published, but
You can always argue with the edges.
Yeah.
Depending on what argument you want to make.
Yeah. But what I always see in this one is that knowing the local terrain, you can understand where it dips and where it does crazy stuff. Now it may not be right, but you make that dip appropriately.
So much of that depends on the receiver too.
Yeah.
I mean,
most of those programs use the Bullington plain Earth model. It's really very accurate for line of sight, but less accurate where you got hills and such.
Yeah.
So when you get out where the propagation is minimal anyway, and you start encountering little hills, you expect to see gaps in the coverage behind the hill. If you don't see it, you'll know they're jockeying the numbers somehow.
Right, and that's kind of what I'm seeing in this Cloud RF stuff is the gaps that are there. I understand, you know,
You expect to see the gaps, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you can get it even halfway right is to fly it like we do.
Yeah.
And you know, after you fly enough of them, you got a buku of data points you can plug in, and you can almost do that on Google Earth.
Yeah, and you can get a real rough idea that way, pretty quick on Google Earth. That what is it? The Ubiquiti's Airlink. What do they call that thing? Airlink, is it? That does really good for microwave stuff, point to point. It'll show you all the Fresnel lines and all that kind of nonsense.
I have a program that does that.
Yeah. This one works out pretty well. We've done a lot of these, and you find the places that, oh, now I see why I've got a problem. I got a Fresnel line hitting a stupid ridge I forgot about.
Underground, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on digital microwave, the big killer is reflection points. When the signal reflects off of smooth terrain or ground,
right,
and it comes back up into the receiver out of phase, the multi signals are going to add vectorially. If they happen to be in phase, you're good.
Yep.
If they happen to be out of phase, signal goes away.
Not so good, yeah.
LA had a little deal. They put a link in from Saddle Peak across the Los Angeles Bay over the Point Mugu Naval Air Station, and it was 51 miles of ocean.
Oof.
And I told him, said, this is not going to work in the afternoon. In the late afternoon or early morning, you're going to have a lot of multi-path reflection, and those signals will come and go. And sure enough, they did.
Let's see. So that's a shot from Oklahoma City to Norman with 12 meters up.
36 feet up. That's most likely line of sight.
Well, that ridge in the middle is Crossroads Mall. That's that more
high point.
That more high point.
Now you can also plug those into Google Earth and go down and do an elevation map right there.
It'll do the same thing. Yep.
And it'll give you a profile chart.
Yep.
It won't give you 4/3 Earth curvature. It'll just give you flat Earth.
Gentlemen, mine's acting up real bad. I'm going to call it a night.
See you, man.
Well, good evening.
Get that radio fixed or working, and
I'll drop in tomorrow night and kind of see what goes on.
All righty, very good. Get a feel of the mess during the class. Okay, thanks.
Later.
See ya. But yeah, this one, that's Sandridge in Oklahoma City is at about 115-ish meters. And then we're down here in Norman, yeah, probably a little bit less than that. So there's our high point. 35 by 100 feet off the deck.
Depending on where you're at, though, you could probably see Sandridge with a scope.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. But the Fresnel line, the Fresnel line gets there.
Yeah, there's your critical point.
Yep. 33 meters up. That's that Crossroads Ridge.
Now, what frequency are you plotting that at?
That's 5 gig. I think that's a 5 gig. Yeah, it's 5 gig. 5 gig.
Okay, that looks about right. What are you using for N and K we're using for earth curvature and Fresnel zone?
This is for that specific air fiber device.
Well, I mean, are you using 4/3 curvature on that?
I have no idea what they're using on it for earth, but I'm sure they are adjusting for curvature because every time
the earth is electrically bigger than it is physically.
Yep.
So the curvature is not quite as bad as what it looks like on a map.
Yep. And I'm trying to remember. I don't have a clue what they're actually using for it. They do adjust for all that good stuff. But it's just so cool to, you run your little mouse across there and you can figure out on the map at the top where the high spot is and
where the clearances are.
Yep. And that's crossroads, and that makes sense because we can take one of those air links on a ham band at 5 gig, and we can sit at crossroads and hear the Oklahoma City machine.
That's the way I do them, and I plot them just like that right there.
Yep.
And then I send out the lat and longitude of the high points, and send those out to the local field people, and ask them to go out and measure the high points.
Yeah.
And field check it to make sure someone didn't plant a building right there at the high point.
Yeah. What's that high rise right there for? Yep.
Well, they did that in Washington, D.C. The developer wanted to put this high-rise apartment across the street from Reagan International, and they studied it and studied it and studied it, and they finally decided, well, it wasn't in the flight path, and it wasn't in the approach path, and it wasn't going to mess up their air navigation or comm, so they gave the guy permission.
Ooh.
And the region in New York signed off on it. So he built his high-rise, not knowing that it was right smooth in the middle of our microwave path between Washington and Reagan and all of the air-ground radio stations. And of course, when they go off, then the region panic. Then they call me. Of course. And
so did you get some nice free airspace at the top of the tower?
Yeah. Well, they all the bigwigs from New York came down there, and they were going to read the riot act to this builder, and he pulls out all the paper that the FAA had signed off, and politely told them that they can fly and leap at a rolling donut. So we had to find a way to move the microwave.
Surely he'd have given you some space on the top of the thing to put a repeater up.
Well, I asked that question, and we could have probably got that, but the FAA was embarrassed enough. I don't think they would have asked.
Oh, I get it.
Like up at White Plains, New York, they planted a ASR9 radar antenna, big antenna, and that's right up there where the DuPonts live, and the Kennedys have housing.
Oh yeah,
and Trump has housing, and somebody up there called the FAA administrator on the phone and told them to move that thing because it was ugly, and they moved it.
Oh my gosh!
I went up there, they had a big hole in the roof.
My goodness.
So it that particular job is probably 60% political, 40% technical.
Yeah. Yes, Senator.
Yeah.
Wow. Not the job I want.
No.
No,
No,
I'm not,
it's not,
I am totally not qualified for that job because I will tell the standard where it's.
Tell them they can fly and leap and roll a donut. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, Phil's not that guy either. Is what we're saying.
Yeah, I'm not that guy either. But I'm also about 5 pay grades below anyone that can talk to any real person.
And that should give you faith in our government.
They only call me when the shit hits the fan and everything breaks.
Yeah. And you say, you should have called me first. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't happen that way.
They called
Never
us.
does.
They
Never
called us
does.
at 6 o'clock in the morning from Los Angeles. And the whole microwave radio system was blown up. And what's going on? Glenda, tell me the story. Well, it just all failed. And now I had meetings and meetings and meetings with them about how to connect power up to that thing, because all these systems are like telephone systems. They're minus 48 volt DC. So the ground is on the positive side, like a good old 50-60 soda that I had.
I bet that goes over great in the spec books. Just like a
Yeah. So the guy that was going to hook it up went on leave, and this new guy came in, didn't know here from Sikkim, and
then proved it.
I said, "All right, Glenda, did he hook it up backwards?" Oh yeah, he kind of got the battery swapped around. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I told her, I said, Glenda, you can take solace in the fact that you didn't break as many things as Detroit did when they did that.
Does it let all the smoke out when you do that?
Oh, it lets all the smoke out.
Minus 48 volt backwards. That.
Oh,
because the telephone company figured that out a long time ago, and they run all gray wires. So you don't know what the heck you got. You have to pull out a voltmeter and measure it. This one's positive, this one's negative. Well, the manufacturer of our system ran a red wire for negative and a black wire for positive.
Oops.
Now, what are you going to do with that? You know, the logic is the red wire is the source.